Hey there, sexy owl bachelors. My name is Zeke Freak, and I'm very annoyed by all the constant sex you're having. Joining me today are my usual cohorts Kevin, who knows what I'm talking about, and Saradin, who probably doesn't. And together, we're going to commiserate over our shared disdain of local wildlife. Welcome to the bakagaijinshow.
These
Fuck
fucking
pigeons.
these fucking owls!
Literally fucking owls.
Actual fucking owls, yes.
The owls are fucking, and they're very loud about it.
I can't concentrate with all this aggressive owl sex.
Yes. Did you know, I don't know if you've ever heard it, owls having sex, they sound like frogs.
No, I have not. Wait, no, I haven't actually.
Yeah, no, they have like this intense, like, sort of like ribbiting almost.
Interesting, huh?
You wouldn't think owls were capable of such sounds.
No,
but yeah,
I
they
wouldn't
sound.
actually.
I thought there were like frogs in our pool at first, but then there's nothing in there. I'm like, oh, it's the owls. It's the owls fucking.
Yep.
It's owl fucking season.
When in doubt, always blame the fucking owls.
Which made it, I guess, perfect time for the owl
Birds
house
work
finale,
for the
actually.
bourgeoisie!
Look.
birds
Birds aren't real. But I'm willing to make an exception for owls.
Yeah, those...
Because who the fuck comes up with that?
Well, yes, I can turn my head completely 180 degrees. Thank you very much.
See, that's too convenient for a camera.
Yeah.
Zeke, I just realized I've never given you a role on my server, so now you can talk.
Actually, no, you did give me a role on your server, and then you accidentally kicked me that one time and forgot to give it back.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
yeah.
I just gave it back to you.
Yeah,
so.
the one
you.
time Zeke was
Thank you.
drinking soda and just started burping incessantly into the mic.
I didn't. No. I did not burp into the mic. I burped at the same distance from the mic I say everything else. It just happened to be loud.
Which is, by extension, into the mic.
But not like deliberately.
Not deliberately, but it ended up happening anyway.
It's more like I burped and the mic was pointed in my general direction, as a microphone should usually be.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking soda right now, so be prepared for that. That might happen, maybe.
Okay. Wait, you're drinking
Right,
soda? It's not even noon!
Well, I had fucking food. I had to drink. I had to wash down the food. There's nothing else to drink in this fucking house.
I got you.
We're out of tea.
Okay.
It's a big problem. Somebody's got to go to Costco.
Mom, when you gonna go to Costco?
I think she already went to Costco, actually.
Oh, shit. Well, problem solved.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I woke
Hopefully
up and
she'll
she
bring
wasn't
back
here.
tea.
Yeah, hopefully. In bulk, as is Costco tradition.
Well, yeah, it's fucking Costco.
Yeah. Hence why I said, hence Costco tradition.
I mean, I feel like it goes without saying. Like, you go to Costco, of course
Hey,
you're gonna get shit in bulk.
We might have foreign listeners who don't have Costco.
That's a good point, right.
Yeah.
You know, those fuckers
We
only
don't,
have...
but we might.
Those fuckers
One
only
day.
have... What do they have, Aldi?
Aldi, does Aldi sell them in bulk?
I don't know.
Oh, so we have Aldi now.
We do. There is actually an Aldi, like, down the street from where I live. Like,
My sister
like
used to
on the
work for
highway.
Aldi.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. She might still work for Aldi. I don't even fucking know. I don't know what she's doing these days.
Just reminds me of fucking misheard lyric meme using the Shadow the Hedgehog theme where it goes, I am at Aldi.
That's good. That's
Yep,
good.
it's great.
I'm a really big fan of misheard lyric. Like the fucking one from the Toei Yu-Gi-Oh movie that I cannot get out of my head anymore. Frylock's high again.
I need to watch the Yu-Gi-Oh movies. I've never watched any of them. I've watched the entire series like 4 times now, but I've never watched any of the movies. Like, probably something I need to get on at some point.
Yeah. They're
They're at least very well animated from what I've seen.
Yeah. Well, so there's really only there was the Toei one, which is only like a half an hour long. It was mostly just a promotional special. Then there was Pyramid of Light, which was commissioned by 4 kids themselves, and boy does it feel like it.
Yeah.
And then there's Dark Side of Dimensions, which is worth watching. That's a good one. It's also canon, so yeah. There you go.
Yeah. No, that one's a crossover one. Never mind.
Right. There's also Bonds Beyond Time, but it's a crossover, and it's also kind of whatever.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy how much I think I've told you this before, Kevin. It's crazy how much that fucking 45-minute special completely destroyed 5D's production timeline.
Yeah, you mentioned
Somehow.
that.
Somehow, I don't know. There's a reason they don't make. There's a reason people aren't making like years-running continuous anime much anymore.
Yeah, the only company that really does that these days is Toei. And that's only because they have like 10 studios across the entire fucking
So
world.
So that's actually an interesting point because I've seen more, and maybe not like years running continuous, but I like the other side of that is I've seen so many series get sequels nowadays. Like remember when back in the day it was like, oh, we have this really great anime. Too bad it'll never get a season 2. Go buy the manga, you schmucks.
Well, that's because
now it's like we're actually getting good shit.
Yeah. Well, because we've talked about this before. That's all because of Assassination Classroom.
Yep.
That did very well, and it convinced Shueisha in particular, like, complete anime adaptations are something people want and can be profitable on their own.
Yeah, because didn't the Assassination...
Yeah, because right now we've got Danmachi, Demon Slayer, Shield Hero...
Yeah, and it kind of just spread to everyone.
As long as Shield Hero Season 3 doesn't completely bomb, like, I know Shield Hero Season 2 was, like, not seen as great. It was just kind of... It was a lot of setup for, like, stuff that happens later.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a whole lot of really impactful stuff happening in it, but, like, as long as Season 3, that one's probably going to get finished as well. Like...
Yeah, it's more common than it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But even back to the point we were making though, even Toei like is mostly doing things in 1-year blocks now, as opposed to like the endless stuff they did before.
Yeah, the only show that they really do these days that's like a continuous thing is One Piece.
Yeah, and it's fucking One Piece, so yeah.
And fuck's sake, Toei's starting to go back to like older properties and like readapting those, like they recently did Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai.
Yeah.
And they're probably the studio that's going to be doing the new Kinnikuman anime.
Probably.
Considering that they did all the other ones.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy how much that fucking special derailed 5D's production.
Yeah.
There were other factors at play, but that was a big part of it, which seems weird for a... Yeah. I get how Dark Side of Dimensions derailed Arc 5's production, because that was a fucking 2.5 hour magnanimously animated film. That film is fucking beautiful.
I've seen clips from it, and I'm like, damn, I gotta watch this at some point.
Yeah.
It's fucking lit.
Kazuki Takahashi did key animation on that movie, so that is like his movie.
He did like one sequence.
I'm still.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, no, like that movie is fucking beautifully animated. They pulled all the good animators off for that. I get why that derailed Arc 5's production as much as it did. Bonds Beyond Time, I don't know, because that looks Bonds Beyond Time just looks okay. It just looks like high decent quality television animation.
That's
and for
the movie.
It's only 45 minutes long, and it somehow derailed the entire fucking thing.
Okay, correction. It's 50 minutes long in the Japanese version. It's an hour long in the English version.
Right, I think because they added more fucking shit from those shows themselves to contextualize it.
Yeah, they did. Just very weird.
Yeah, it is very weird. Also, Pyramid of Light is fucking weird.
So you've told me.
Imagine the fucking... I think it's just weird conceptually, because when, like... I think it goes to show what the height of the fucking, like, 2000s anime boom was, that a localization company could literally just commission a film.
Yeah, I think that was also the same year that I think that was also the same year that Pokemon Forever came out, where 4Kids commissioned like a number of new scenes to just expand the movie.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Man,
You know, I was
fucking 4Kids Entertainment, man.
I have distinct memories of seeing Pyramid of Light in theaters. It was literally me and my cousin were
Wow.
not my cousin, my godbrother. Were literally the only ones in the theater.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently that movie didn't do too great at the box office.
Yeah, it might have been a little overzealous, as it were.
Just a bit. I remember when I
remember
remember the Roger Ebert review of that movie where he was basically just like, I have no fucking idea what's going on. This movie's weird as hell.
I'm sorry, Roger Ebert reviewed Pyramid of Light.
He did, and he was like, the most I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game that I played with a kid on a bus one time because he wanted someone to play the game with.
Bro, who is this kid who played Yu-Gi-Oh! With fucking Roger Ebert? We gotta find
Is he here? Can we get him on the podcast?
Can we get you on the podcast, please? What the fuck was that like? Did you even know who you were playing with, and you just walk up to some old man in Hollywood and say, You want to play a children's card game? And like Roger Ebert's like, what the fuck does Pot of Greed do? It's like, and the kid just responds, Pot of Greed allows me to take 2 cards from my deck and put them into my hand.
It's even funnier though, because wasn't Roger Ebert like deaf?
No, he wasn't.
Very close to it, if not completely deaf. Yeah.
What does this do? Lets you draw 2 cards. What does this do? It lets you draw 2 cards. That would have been fucking funny.
No, yeah, like, his entire review of Pyramid of Light was basically just, I don't know what the fuck is happening in this movie, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans are probably gonna like it.
Yeah, it's alright. No, that's fucking funny.
Yeah. No, yeah, Roger Ebert reviewed a surprising amount of anime back in, like, the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah. I think he just saw what was out. I think he just liked movies.
He did. Like, I think he said he watched, like, 5 movies a week on average. Like, jeez.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He was a real one.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he reviewed all of them.
Oh, yeah. Film buffs be built different. He doesn't review them, obviously, but YMS watches, like, I think on average at least a movie a day almost.
Yeah. I think there's only one movie. God, I need to hold on. Okay. Okay, there are only like a handful of movies that Roger Ebert actually like walked out of when he was watching them. He walked out of Caligula. He fucking hated Caligula.
Right. Is that the one with Keanu Reeves?
No, Caligula from like the 1970s.
Okay, right.
There was
he would have been a little young at the time.
Yeah, Caligula is probably the biggest one. There are a few others. One of them was like the Cannes Film Festival version of Brown Bunny, which is apparently a horrible fucking movie, but then later on when the movie got a wide release, it got cut down by like half an hour. And Roger Ebert was like, shit, the movie's good now.
Yeah. If only he had been alive to watch all the re-releases of Apocalypse Now and be like, oh, it's bad now. Oh, it's worse now.
Oh, it's worse.
Stop making this movie longer.
Stop making this movie worse. You know what? Maybe it's a good thing that he died when he did, because he didn't have to experience that bullshit.
Yeah. Or also current film industry.
Oh God Almighty!
Oh God, the things he would say about what we're doing now.
I feel like he would probably give up. I think he would give up.
I've seen enough. I'm satisfied. No more movies for me.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I remember reviewing Star Wars and thinking it was pretty cool. And I swear to God, if I ever meet Kathleen Kennedy, she's getting a dick to the face. Like, imagine him just being the angriest man alive.
By the way, Kevin, I think I keep forgetting to bring this up to you. How do you feel that YMS gave Over the Hedge and Prince of Egypt the same rating?
That causes me physical pain. I'm going to his house now. There will be violence. I don't know how much. But one of us is coming out alive, and the other one isn't.
See, I really like Over the Hedge, so.
See, I really like Over the Hedge, too. But I'm sorry, Prince of Egypt is on another level entirely. I'm sorry. That is on another level of filmmaking. What did you give it, like a 6 out of 10? What the fuck?
No, they both got 5s.
Cry. Why would... I have to assume he just hates biblical epics. Like, I have to assume.
Yeah, I don't think he likes biblical things.
I think that's probably the reason why. But come on, over the.
Hey, well, he is a furry, so over the hedge probably got at least 1 bonus point from that.
True, that's true. I still feel like Prince of Egypt deserves better than that.
I'm sorry, does Prince of Egypt has Vin Diesel as a raccoon? Didn't think so.
I don't think that was Vin Diesel.
That was Vin Diesel.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. That was he did not play. No, it was Bruce Willis.
Oh, I got my Baldman confused.
As you do.
Yeah, I got my white Baldman.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's like, no, RJ's not nearly deep voiced enough to be Vin Diesel.
Hey, Vin Diesel has a lot of range. He was Groot.
He was Groot.
Yeah.
He's also the Iron Giant.
That's true. He was also. Yeah.
God, Sorry. Refraining.
No, it's fine. No, we all like Iron Giant here.
I fucking love Iron Giant.
Oh no, yeah, it's great. Did Roger Ebert love Iron Giant?
Yes, he did.
Oh, good. Good. I don't have to be retroactively ashamed of him.
There are things to be ashamed of Roger Ebert for. He had plenty of bad takes. It's just.
Oh, sure, yeah. Just the Iron Giant was not one of them.
You just have to understand. 5 movies a day, five movies a week, for his entire lifetime.
Yeah, and most of them he could barely hear. So there's that too.
I don't think he was hard of hearing. I don't think so.
I thought he was deaf.
Hold on, let me see. Roger Ebert, was he? No.
Oh, he lost his voice in 2007 from thyroid cancer surgery.
He could hear just fucking fine though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got that mixed up. He became mute. From thyroid cancer surgery.
Yeah. I love that his book is just called "Your Movie Sucks."
Yeah. Foreshadowing in its finest form.
Foreshadowing. Yep. Oh, how the wheels of time turn.
The turntable says it does.
Yep.
So, Kevin.
So, Zeke.
It's been a while
Since we last recorded the podcast.
Yep, been a solid 3 fucking weeks.
Because somebody didn't tell me he was going to Boston until he was already there.
See, he told me he was going to Boston.
But then you didn't tell me he was going to Boston.
But he mentioned a number of times that he was going to Boston.
I didn't know when.
I think I feel like he made that pretty clear.
We could have planned around this, but
I mean, maybe. Sheridan, what do you have to say about this?
I let you guys know loud and clear I was going to Boston.
See?
What you're talking about.
I did not know he was going to Boston until he was already in Boston. Regardless, though, he did travel, which gives me an excuse to run this.
Why you think they call me Mr. Worldwide?
So, there is that.
It's too bad.
By the way,
it's too bad that Discord didn't add this feature back when he went to Japan, because that would have really fit.
Oh yeah, no. Well, he travels a lot. I'm sure we'll have more chances.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Thank you, Discord, by the way, for introducing the soundboard. I got to get this filled out.
Oh yeah. No. Zeke has been abusing the soundboard maliciously over the last 2 days.
I'm using it exactly as intended. Thank you.
Of course you are.
Yeah. This is what they designed it for.
Well, of course.
Right.
Great way to annoy your friends.
Yeah, or bring life to your podcast.
Also, that's true too. You've been wanting the thing is, you've been wanting a soundboard for this fucking podcast for a long ass time. Now you have one, and it's built in.
Yep. Very happy about that. In fact, quick golf clap for Discord. Finally gave us a feature somebody actually wanted.
At long last. Yeah, I love what I told you about the soundboard. You were like, I'm gonna have to pay for Nitro now. They finally got me.
Yeah, well,
You were so pissed off that you
They've
would
been
have
on-
to pay for Nitro now.
They've been on the warpath. They got color themes now. They got soundboard. They're gonna have these fucking fucking avatar decorations. It's a whole thing.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not calling them a PFP because I'm not 13.
A puff.
I fucking hate Puffpa. I hate Puffpa, Kevin.
They're
Why can't we just call them
avatars. They are icons.
Yeah, guys, these kids today, we called them fucking avatars, and everyone knew what the fuck we were talking about. What the fuck is a Puffpa?
Profile picture?
Yeah, I know what it stands for. It's just stupid.
Well, then why ask the question? That's really fucking stupid. Jeez.
Because I was putting on a fucking act. I was doing a thing. It was a bit.
It was a bit.
It's really, really bad act. I don't understand it, man. I'm not in line with this. Get it?
This is a betrayal on levels that no one's ever seen!
You want to see a betrayal?
Oh no. God. You think that's
Post
bad?
an image of me playing. Post gifs of me playing Halo 3 in fucking 2007.
Oh, I'm sure.
You want to see betrayals?
Yep.
I'm sure.
Betrayal.
Anyway, it's been like
New zombie.
It's been like 2 or 3 or maybe 7 weeks since the last podcast. I don't know. Time is an enigma.
One of those fucking things, yeah.
Yes, some number. One of those numbers.
Numbers. Fucking
Yeah.
numbers. How do they work?
Kevin, what if... Oh, that's a good... I gotta put in fucking magnets now, thank you. That's a good clip.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Just fill it out.
Kevin, what have you been up to the last 7 or 12 or 19 weeks or whatever?
Who the fuck cares? Nobody cares about Kevin. Jesus.
Ooh,
Oh,
burn.
now he's fucking crying.
Emotional, damn it!
Yeah. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I've been watching...
Yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay, so...
You're gonna finish that sentence or you're putting it in the fridge for later?
I got it!
Cold sentences, man. Those are my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just, you can get them nice and crispy again if you put them in the air fryer.
But
What were you watching,
I'm
Kevin?
getting to it! Christ!
The suspense is killing us.
This
So-
week or sometime next week? Yeah, we can
So-
always get this for the next
Yeah,
week.
you want to schedule this for some other time, or like,
That's what I'm saying.
do we have to make an appointment?
No, God,
Right,
no.
like we can always make an appointment, man. It's
Okay,
all right.
I don't
it's
know
all
if
right.
this-
Nobody's judging you here.
Okay, so I don't know if this happened, like, before the previous podcast or after, but I just want to mention it just in case. I finished a season of Precure that I was watching.
Right.
And I dove into another one, but I'm only 5 episodes into that one because I'm distracted by other shit. I'll get back to it.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
That said, the season I finished, Go Princess, was really fucking good. Love it.
Yeah.
Adult Swim had their yearly April Fool's prank, and I watched that in a Discord call with some people.
You watched live TV in a Discord call?
Yeah, someone had like DirecTV, like online streaming or whatever the fuck, and they just streamed that. Yeah. So I was able to add both unedited footage of a bear and broom shakalaka to my media thread.
Oh, right. I thought they just did the fucking like AI episode of Smiling Friends.
They did a brief clip of an AI generated episode of Smiling Friends. Said, "That's terrifying. We're never doing that again." Played.
It was pretty terrifying.
Played half an episode of an upcoming show called Royal Crackers. Then they played half an episode, of season 6 of the Eric Andre Show. Then after that, they showed what they termed, quote, a full hour of commercials, or no, like a full half hour of commercials, which was unedited footage of a bear and Broom Shakalaka. Interesting to note, Broom Shakalaka is directed by the same people who would go on to do Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Cool.
Yeah, that was interesting, getting the EEAO deep lore. A few days later, we watched It Follows in the server for movie night. That was Keep It Third's movie. Interesting film, very interesting film. I thought it was fascinating. It was
pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
I liked it. It was good.
I haven't added it yet, so I'm just gonna. Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Zeke, I won't say you encouraged me, but you suggested maybe giving Happy Sugar Life a watch, so I did. We have a whole segment that we pre-recorded last week, so I'm just gonna slap that in editing.
Yeah, not here, but like later.
No, not here, but like after this segment.
That'd be really funny if you just randomly inserted it in the middle of the first segment. That'd be really funny, actually.
Just make Happy Sugar Life segment 1.5.
It's not even like 1.5. It's more like 0.5.
Yeah. No, yeah. Watch Happy Sugar Life. We have complicated thoughts on that show.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Second segment.
Yep. So, you mentioned Prince of Egypt, which I actually watched that and Joseph King of Dreams over in Charme Crow's server.
Sure.
Joseph King of Dreams is the best Sunday school movie I have ever seen.
Right.
It really does feel like one of those movies that gets put on in Sunday school just to get the kids to shut up for a goddamn hour.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was.
Now it's well made. It's well made. It's just it's very much got that vibe to it. The music's pretty forgettable, and honestly, it drags for the first like half hour of the movie. But once Joseph gets sold into slavery, it actually gets pretty good.
Good Lord, what a statement!
Nice sentence.
The funny thing is, Charlotte did not know does not know anything about the Bible. So she was according to her, she was constantly trying to figure out through the entire movie. Okay, so how does this connect to the birth of Jesus? Because I know Jesus' dad is named Joseph, and we all had to explain to her, no, two different Josephs. Like,
yeah, Yosef was a very common name.
1,000 years apart. No, completely different people.
Yeah. Damn.
But no, yeah, then we
she was getting fucking Jesus dad origin story.
Yeah, she was for a while, yeah.
So, is this like the Phantom Menace of the Bible?
I'll try praying. That's a good trick. We watched the Prince of Egypt directly afterwards. And the reason why we watched King of Dreams first is because the person who was putting it on, Ian, he wanted people to watch King of Dreams on its own merits and not have something else to compare it to directly going in. So we just watched that one like clean, and then we watched Prince of Egypt. And after Prince of Egypt, everyone was just like, yeah, if you showed this first, none of us would have stuck around for King of Dreams.
Yeah.
It was a tactical decision.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Prince of Egypt is still a fucking amazing movie. I adore that film.
I hear it's a 5 out of 10.
It's more than that. I would argue it's more than that. What are the rare, like, it's one of those musicals where every song fucking slaps hard.
Sure,
like every single song in that movie is like.
Well, it's Hans Zimmer, like
yeah.
During when he was good and not just phoning it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Back before the alcoholism.
Right. So, beginning of this month, I went over to Goodwill and picked up, I believe I mentioned this on the podcast, I picked up a movie. No, wait, no, I didn't. No, I couldn't mention it because we didn't record. I picked up
Right.
Magnificent Seven on Blu-ray, which is
Trying to say something, boy? Trying to say something, boy?
I picked up the Magnificent Seven, which is a Western remake of Seven Samurai from 1960.
Sure.
I'm a big fan of Seven Samurai. That's like my favorite Kurosawa movie.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all time. The thing is, it's really fucking long. Seven Samurai is 3.5 hours. Now, it's a very, very good 3.5 hours. It doesn't feel the length that it is, but it is a long-ass movie. So, going into Magnificent Seven is like a full hour shorter. It's like 2 hours and change. So,
Sure.
I was concerned at how they were going to, like, retell the story in a new setting, in a new culture.
I mean, to be fair, A Bug's Life is also Seven Samurai, and that's even shorter than that.
That is also true. That said, I really fucking love... I really liked Magnificent Seven. Magnificent Seven manages to do a really good job of condensing the story of the original very effectively without missing out on a whole lot of the complexity of the Japanese version.
When did this come out?
This came out in 1960. There is another remake that came out in, I want to say, 2016.
It was made the same year as the original?
No. The original came out in 1955 or 54.
Okay.
But,
Okay, so this is one of those films where they sort of take a foreign idea and cash in on it, and everyone doesn't know it's from another place.
Not
era of
not
cinema?
exactly. They directly credit Seven Samurai in the opening credits.
Oh well.
Yeah,
okay.
like it's made very clear. It is adapted from Seven Samurai.
Wow. It's very nice of 1960 people.
To be fair, Seven Samurai was one of the only Japanese movies at the time to get a North American release.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they actually that actually did get a North American release back then.
Sure.
But no, yeah, Magnificent Seven is really good. It's more of an action movie compared to Seven Samurai being like a character-driven samurai epic. But it still manages to keep a lot of the same appeal of Seven Samurai. A lot of the same character dynamics are transplanted very well. I would say the two biggest things in favor of Seven Samurai are it is a longer movie, so it has more time to flesh out its characters and the interpersonal dynamics.
Yeah.
And honestly, the action scenes in Magnificent Seven are good, but they're 1960s Hollywood Western movie good. So they're a little sanitized, just a bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. Comparatively, Seven Samurai, that movie can be fucking brutal.
Yeah, wasn't like 60s Hollywood, there was some kind of like some sort of analog to the comics code going on at that time?
Yeah, from the 1930s up until the late 1960s, there was a set of rules in place called the Hays Code.
Right, that's what it was, right?
That was created with the Roman Catholic Church. So you can imagine how that went.
Of course.
And the entire point of the Hays Code was to...
The usual suspects.
Yeah, the entire point of the Hays Code was to encourage good morals and positivity in modern film. Basically, every movie was forced to be G or PG.
Hubris.
Yeah. The Hays... There were a lot of good movies that came out during the Hays Code era, but...
I think you mean despite the Hays Code era.
Well, yeah. It was always despite the code. But but the code in general was bad for me.
What a shitty time to be alive. I can't imagine movies just sucking for 30 years.
It could be rough. It could be rough.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. But yeah, no. Magnificent Seven is really good. It's a solid ass remake. I rewatched the Defunct Land.
I wonder if that's why shit suddenly got very depressing and violent in the 70s.
That is exactly what happened, because
It was all bottled up.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened, actually, because, like, I think it actually started with a movie by Sam Peckinpah in the 1960s called The Wild Bunch, which was kind of an early deconstruction of your typical Western film. To quote Sam Peckinpah directly, "I'm gonna show people what actually fucking happens when you get shot."
Right. Based.
Guess what? It ain't pretty.
It ain't pretty. No, The Wild Bunch is a violent movie.
Oh no.
Yep.
And it's awesome. The Wild Bunch is good. I like The Wild Bunch.
I just mean like films in general in the 70s suddenly got significantly darker and more violent, and I'm like, I bet they had a lot of bottled up feelings.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it was really The Wild Bunch that made people realize, shit, we can do this now? Hell yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I rewatched the Defunct Land documentary on the Disney Channel theme. God,
sure.
that might be the best documentary on YouTube. It might be.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's really good. God.
I don't know, man. My vote is still for the Black Lotus deep dive on Ristic Studies, but
That one is really good. That one's really good too, though.
like, but maybe that's just because I'm a magic nerd.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it.
There's a little bit of bias there, undeniably.
Well, I mean, but you're also, a fan of fucking. Yeah, you're also a nostalgia guy, and I'm not.
I'm heavily nostalgic for the 2000s, so
he does remember it, so you don't have to. That is true.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Does he also wear glasses
him?
like that guy with the glasses?
He does not wear glasses.
No,
I
no.
wear the glass. I wear
What
the
a
glasses.
fucking putrid waste of human space. I'm just kidding.
I wear the glasses in this relationship.
Relationship.
I mean, yeah, in broad terms.
In a broad sense, yeah. And I also last night I watched a movie, interesting, called Nothing Lasts Forever. So this one's fascinating. This is a movie that was not actually officially released.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out in September of 1984. It was produced by MGM. It was a fairly low-budget affair that was written and directed by a writer from Saturday Night Live. And mind you, this is 1980s Saturday Night Live, so this is back when it was still good.
Right.
And for a movie that never released, you wouldn't expect it to have the stacked cast that it does. It has like the lead actor from Gremlins. It has Dan Aykroyd. It has Bill Murray. It's a pretty good movie. I really liked it. It is a fascinating, very surreal film that's done in the style of like a 1930s drama film, but it kind of parodies that while also being a statement on the nature of artistic expression, and how capitalism affects that. It's a very good movie. But it's just fascinating that this movie wasn't actually released back when it was, because
how was it eventually released?
Okay, so the movie, like, MGM actually did produce like posters and whatever, like advertising the film, but a couple months before it was supposed to come out, they just pulled it without an explanation as to why. Though it might be a combination of the movie being incredibly bizarre and off kilter, but also just the fact it uses a lot of stock footage from old movies that they probably didn't have the rights to, and it would be a bitch and a half to clear.
Right.
That said, back in the 1990s, someone got a hold of a bootleg copy of the film on VHS, and in the 2000s, at like the dawn of YouTube, the movie was uploaded to YouTube from that bootleg copy. It was a very, very faded.
I'm sure.
And
it was early YouTube, so it was probably 360p.
It was 360p.
Yep.
But that was the best quality that the movie had for the longest time. Up until Turner up until Turner Broadcasting, who owned the pre-1986 MGM library, said, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. You got to take it down." That said, a few years later, they actually aired the movie on Turner Classic Movies as part of TCM Underground.
Interesting.
The thing is, when the movie aired on TCM Underground, TCM is a basic cable channel. It's not a premium channel, so it still has to operate under FCC mandates. So the movie actually does have some nudity and strong language in it. So even though the movie aired on TCM as like the first, official release of the film, they had to air it censored. So there is an extended nude scene that is pivotal to the story, I might add, that they had to cut out. And there were a couple of instances of characters swearing that had to get cut too. We did not watch the TCM version. We actually watched the VHS version. That said, though, no, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. And go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of movies that didn't come out, you ever hear of that thing Robert Rodriguez made in 2015 that won't release for a century?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
it stars John Malkovich, and it was like produced by the fucking Louis the 13th people.
Yeah.
It was like a weird promotion for their wine, I guess.
Yeah, I'm fucking frustrated that I'm never gonna be able to see that movie.
Hey, donate to Sens.
Donate to Sens. But
donate to Sens so you can see 100 Years starring John Malkovich, coming out November 18th, 2115.
God. Assuming they don't lose track of the movie.
Hopefully. Oh, I think it's sealed in a vault or something.
Okay.
With the rest of their fucking, with all the wine,
Right.
Oh, pending release, the film is being kept in a high-tech safe behind bulletproof glass, which will automatically open on November 18th, 2115, the day of the film's premiere.
Right.
So it's sealed with the rest of the cognac.
It just opens and someone's just like, quick, run it to the theater. Got it!
What the fuck is this format? How do we use this?
That's another good point. By then, we don't know.
Right.
Oh, no.
Quick, somebody dig out the... What? Blu-ray?
Yeah, what format are we even going to watch movies in 2115? What the hell? You didn't think that one through, did you, Robert?
You didn't think that through, cognac people. Remy Martin.
Yeah. And I also got halfway into season 3 of Cobra Kai. I'm going to watch the rest of that later today.
Sure.
Yep. Honestly, Cobra Kai's really good, but it's very easy to watch because the episodes are typically pretty fucking short. Because it's like an online series, it doesn't have to conform to like TV standards for how long episodes have to be. So episodes are as long as they need to be. Typically it's like 30 to 40 minutes, but some episodes are as short as 25.
So I'm just reading up on the thing again. There was a song called 100 Years, composed by Pharrell Williams, which was performed live once at a private party. Louis the 13th Cognac has promised a recording of the song will be issued in 2117. These fucking guys.
I fucking hate these people. Christ almighty, you pretentious fucks.
Well, they make cognac. What do you expect?
That's a good point. It's cognac. But no, yeah, that's more or less what I've been doing. That and playing Overwatch, but you've been doing that too, so.
Yes.
Yep. Lifeweaver's here.
That's true.
Yep.
Buff him.
Yep. Buff Lifeweaver. Buff my tall son.
Yep.
Anyway, I shall pass it over to Sarah, I do believe so. What have you been up to,
indeed.
good sir, in the last 3 fucking weeks?
Don't ask me what I've been fucking doing. I was drunk most of the time.
Well, I was drunk when I got there.
Emotional, damn it!
Well, that's the show, I guess.
I just wanted to kill you with silence. I was hoping you'd do the cricket chirp. That's okay. No,
You
so
had an
I went
opportunity,
to Anime Boston last weekend with a bunch of other fucking simps. And because they had a there during the whole time we were there, and let's see, who was there? It was Ayunda Risu, Heikos Bales, Takanashi Kiara, and
Kobo.
Shirakami Fubuki, and Kobo Kanaru, who were there. So, quite a cast of colorful and adorable characters. And yeah, no, it was a great experience. Okay, so my plane travel was actually good this time, which was great.
Well, yeah, you're not going fucking across the damn ocean.
Well, yeah.
That helps.
Yeah, but even besides that, like,
Kevin, I'm gonna post in lobby chat. Look how bad Batman looks in the Flash.
Oh no! Oh no! Jesus! Oh God! Come on! Don't do Michael Keaton dirty like this. Come on! Wait, hold on.
Actually, that's Ben Affleck.
Don't do Ben Affleck dirtier.
Yeah. Don't continue to rub dirt on Ben Affleck.
Jesus.
Yep.
Anyway,
It's like his whole tenure's been like a cartoon where they keep dropping potted plants from a 4th-story Manhattan balcony.
Yep.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah. So anyway, got there reasonable time or some shit on Thursday, and then met some people for dinner, and then Friday we went to the con. I will say one thing: Anime Boston is extremely well organized.
Yeah.
It's probably the best organized con I've ever been to. Which is kind of sucks because now I really like the way they do things, and I don't want to ever go to other cons again. So yeah, that's always an issue.
Oops.
Yeah. Issue. It is what it is. But yeah, no, everything was extremely well organized there. And just the staff were fantastic. And like, I don't know, man, just massive props to how everything was organized. Like, we got through 200 people.
Yeah.
In a matter of, gosh, I don't know, like 20 minutes.
Damn.
For registration. Now, that being said, was everything perfect? Nope.
Oh no.
So one of my major issues was when they I went to go register my badge, which wasn't a horrible experience.
Yeah.
But when I did register, I even said, "Hey, I'm here because I'm Ayunda Risu meet and greet, and so I need to make sure to get my badge for that." And they were like, "Oh, okay, here's your badge." Okay, sweet, thank you. I don't find out until that day, which, by the way, so Friday was the Ayunda Risu thing, and it was at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there was a panel right before it that I was going to.
Yeah.
And a panel right afterwards. So I go to the panel, and then I show up to the meet, and then I show up to where I thought the meet and greet was, and I'm like, huh, this isn't where the meet and greet is. Where the fuck is the meet and greet? And then I look at, all of my information and stuff, and the meet and greet information is on there. It's like, where is it held? And so I went to one of the kiosks, obviously, as you do, and they looked through every piece of paperwork that they were given, and they were like, what do we do? It's not listed here anywhere.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh fuck. Okay, well that's a problem. And they said, no kidding. And I go back to the registration place, and then I ran into a guy at the same table who was like, well, which meet and greet were you? Show me your ticket. And I was like, what do you mean ticket? don't they have me on a registry? And they were like, no, you still need to register and get a ticket. Did you not get one during registration? I was like, I told them I was doing the Ayandarisu meet and greet. And they were like, but mind you, this is 30 minutes before the meet and greet. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck do I do? And they were like, well, here's what you gotta do. You gotta go back to the line. And I was like, but the line's gonna take 20 minutes to get through. And they were like, see if one of the staff members will let you in through quick. And I was like, okay, fine. So I run all the way across the entire convention center to where the registration is. And I explain, hey, I got a meet and greet in 20 minutes. And y'all people fucked up. I need my ticket. And they were like, oh, okay. So they scooted me to the front of the line. And I got there and then they gave me the ticket. And then I was like, where's the meet and greet? Like we don't broadcast it because we don't want people like, I don't know, trying to break in or some shit or cause problems. It's supposed to be kind of a thing. It's on the 5th floor of the hotel. And I was like, oh, okay. So I finally got up there just in time.
Okay.
For the meet and greet on Friday. So
God, you had to have been panicking the entire time.
I was like, God damn it. I'm supposed to meet an anime girl today. Jesus Christ.
I'm coming, squirrel.
I'm coming, squirrel girl. Which I'm sure isn't the first time, like, you know.
Yeah, very common sentence.
Right. Yeah, very common sentence among the VTuber fandom. Anyway, no, it was funny because everybody was asking me, did you give her your nuts? And I was like, what the fuck, guys?
Nut!
I've gotta get in there!
Nut. But no, so like fucking no, I eventually got there and got to talk to her and everything. Short in the fandom and everything. They're only like 2 to 3 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Typically. Because you've got a ton of people who have to get through, right?
Right.
So but I enjoyed my time. She is an excellent singer. And she actually does like duets with herself, where she will kind of like she will how do I say this?
Does she like?
She will essentially she'll record herself in a much lower octave,
Yeah,
and then play it, and then sing live in a higher octave,
Right.
in order to do duets with herself and stuff. So very talented singer. And I just kind of talked about that with her, and then I talked about that with her and everything, and then kind of said, I really appreciate your music. I heard you the first time at YomaCon last year, and I've been watching a lot of your karaoke's and stuff, and it's been awesome. And then I also talked about she actually started doing VTubing to escape from kind of an unfortunate fate of hers. She's Indonesian, and in Indonesia, arranged marriages are still very much a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And her situation was essentially, oh my god, her situation was essentially that her family was incredibly impoverished. So she agreed with her parents to go into an arranged marriage with somebody, not somebody, not some kind of aristocratic person, like, they weren't exceptionally rich or anything.
Sure.
But she was doing it in order to get them a better financial standing, and she was willing to go into that, at least as far as I understand the story, as she's told it. And when the Hololive things came up, she decided to go ahead and try auditioning to see if she'd get in. When they first opened their Indonesian branch, and she did, and then she realized, hey, I can make money doing this and help my family. So a lot of her money that she makes from Hololive goes to supporting her family, which is just the sweetest thing ever.
That's amazing.
And it also kind of helped her, like I said, it also helped her escape, the kind of the fate of having to be like, an arranged bride for someone.
Yeah.
Which is never what you want to, no matter whether or not your culture tells you that this is how things have to be. Like, nobody wants that.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so, like, so I talked to her about that. And she really appreciated it. And then, at the end of the, I was able to, get a picture with her. And during the picture, I didn't expect her to do this.
I'll put the picture up in the video.
I was gonna say, I did a little peace sign thing, and she her and so she put up a peace sign with me, and everything. So, and then I also asked her. I was like, I know she was working on a new original or whatever. And I asked her, is there well, I can't tell you anything. Like, I can't tell you anything about it. But look forward to tonight's karaoke, is to say. And so she basically, during that night's karaoke, she sang her. It's like an 80s style pop piece.
Yeah.
With like a lot of synthwave mixed into it and everything, and it's a. I thoroughly. We all did so that was really. But then we went to karaoke that night. The karaoke party with Bales, who opened up. She sang a lot of really hype songs. And then Fubuki, and then Lisa kind of had the middle section of. She had the middle section.
Yeah.
Karaoke stream, and her songs were rather much slower, which is fine. And then at the end, it was fucking Fubukers.
It was what?
Fubukers.
Okay.
Shirakami Fubuki.
Well, you just cut out there for a second, so I didn't know.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I cut out. Shirakami Fubuki towed the line at the end, and good lord, if you ever listen to Fubuki, she's the biggest shit poster.
Yes.
Like, hands down, biggest fucking shit poster you can possibly imagine. And though she doesn't speak a fucking lick of English, her performance was by far the fucking funniest of the entire.
Didn't she do
day.
Japanese Goblin?
Yeah, she did Japanese Goblin. It was a hysterical shitpost song, fucking old Nico Nico days. Japanese Goblin. It's really fucking funny, dude.
Oh, that makes me feel old.
Oh yeah, it takes you back.
Emotional, damn it!
Yep.
I'm sorry, sir.
According to Bing, it's National Grilled Cheese Month.
Is it really?
Yes. To be fair, it's the month of a lot of things. Every month is the month of a lot of things, and you just decide things are months of things.
Yeah, like September has National Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yeah, that's not a month, that's a day, Kevin, but we'll work on your understanding of the passage of time.
Look, I already started saying it, so I had to, finish it out. Yeah.
You know what? I respect that. Yeah. Look your parents in the eye, finish like a boss. You know how it goes.
Good lord, man.
I understand.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, Wolf the meme told me to. Can't help it.
Well, it wasn't just her performance either. It was like the other antics she had, I can't describe it, man. It was just a giant shit post. Like everything Fubuki did.
Yeah.
And Fubuki's very well known, and she's popular JP, even among English fans. So everybody knew her.
Yeah.
The shit was fucking hilarious, dude.
Iconic.
What a great show. But yeah, it was a fantastic show. And so karaoke was done. We all took a chill. I went through Artist Alley and picked up 10 keychains, all Kiara. So now I have the Kiketa keychain, which is way too many Kiara keychains, and I need to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. The Kiketa keychain, man. And then yeah, so we but I just hung out. We got some great Mexican food. There's a lot of Mexican food in Boston for some reason. There's also a lot of Asian food, which makes sense because MIT.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But a lot of Mexican food, which I was not expecting. And we always had a big ass group, and a lot of places in Boston are very small. So it was actually rather difficult to find to get a good location that would fit all of us. Usually we had a group that was at least fucking 10 people.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, great experience overall. On Sunday, we of course showed up for the Kiara panel, and we were actually practicing because she said she was going to sing a couple of very specific songs.
Yeah.
during the thing. So we were all sitting there practicing the proper what they gave for her songs and whatever. We all had glow sticks and shit, and like the entire front section like had glow sticks and everything, and we're just jamming along.
Yeah.
And then she and Kobo did a funny little game where she would ask a question, and based on their answers, she would like basically compare their answers because they have like a mother-daughter dynamic.
Yeah.
And she was trying to figure out, you know, how adopted is Kobo? And then Kobo at the end, then Kiara at the end, it was like, Kobo, sorry, but I'm adopted? No! And I was like sitting here, I was like, you know, I'm something of an adopted man myself. Just a funny good weekend. But yeah, no, the crowd that came to support them all, like KFB is just a cool crowd, and everybody got along. We did some watch along parties for streams in hotel rooms and stuff. We ordered pizza together.
Yeah.
Like we basically just hung out as a big ocean of orange the entire weekend, which is always awesome. So Zeke, there are many other men in this fandom that look good in orange. So, you know,
Neat.
Also,
it's not a rare breed.
Also, from what I understand, the fact that everybody in KFP wears orange ended up being mighty confusing, considering that. This is the first convention I've been to where the staff wore orange. So like, I kept looking around. I was like, "Is that a KFP? Is that a KFP? Is that a KFP?" No, it's a fucking staff.
Were you approached by random people asking for directions?
Yes, all the time. Oh my god. So like, I was sitting out taking a smoke break, right? And like, I had 6 people come up to me. Was like, "Do you know where the registration is?" I was like, "Yeah, it's right back there." Blah 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 blah. And then I was like, "By the way, I'm also not staff." They were like, "Oh,
I don't work here.
I don't fucking work here." Yeah.
That's
Still,
funny.
shit was fucking hilarious. Like, yeah, we got mistaken for staff all the time. Apparently, one of the guys who wore the KFP apron got mistaken for a employee, but he lives in Atlanta, which is like Home Depot.
Oh,
Yeah. Because Atlanta is like the home of like Home or something, so it's like he just gets mistaken all the time as a fucking employee.
Imagine going to an anime Boston. Imagine going to Anime Boston dressed as KFP, and you get mistaken for somebody from Home Depot.
Fucking motherfucking Home Depot, dog. Like, come on, dog.
Yep.
That's some trifling shit right there. Come on. But yeah, so. But Kiara was super sweet during the whole panel. She saw us like jamming. Just super appreciative. I posted a picture of all. She basically just replied, "Mine."
Yeah.
These are all mine.
Yeah.
Mine. Mine. I love them. They're mine. And I was like, all right, don't get too possessive, but if you do like it, you can always ring on.
Sure.
Yeah. And other things I say to cope with my misery. But yeah, no, it was Boston was cool. At the end of the weekend, I did Saturday to go visit Julio Hall. I was not able to steal the ornament on top though. Sorry, so I'm not gonna get gonna get the sword.
Right.
Fallout reference for those playing at home.
Yeah, I got it.
And then I also got a chance to go to see church and follow the Freedom Trail, which is a real thing. It was not something Fallout invented. Sorry, kids.
Yep.
But also, and then on Sunday or Monday before I left, I visited a Taffer's Tavern, which is in Boston.
Yes.
It's very expensive, but God, it's nice. The food was wonderful. The drinks were wonderful. They kept asking me for drinks, and I was like, sorry,
Mr.
man.
Wonderful was there. I punched him in the face.
Yeah, fuck that hoe bag. What?
You know, all roads lead to Mr. Wonderful. Which is good news for my fist.
God fucking damn it.
Anyway,
but the question is,
violent tangents aside,
did they have a butt funnel?
No, but it was obviously designed to create some interaction, but it's not a club. It only puts
Right, yeah.
It's not a club. It's just a bar,
Right.
or a tavern, as it were.
Yeah.
Tavern.
So-
Imply.
As the name would very clearly imply to anyone, Kevin.
Oh, gosh. I was
Yeah, if I saw-
making the joke.
Doug, you got jokes?
Fuck you. God damn.
Anyway.
Yeah, man, Boston was sick. Y'all should go sometime.
Yeah, sure.
You see any hate crimes while you're there?
No,
Okay.
I did not see any hate crimes, thankfully.
Okay.
Boston was on their best behavior, as they can be for
Mhm.
Bostonians.
Yeah.
I was just saying. The other thing, their trains slow as shit. I'm coming off of Japan,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
So like the trains there, super nice, super fast, like excellent in every way possible. The trains in Boston, you're
Look,
going. It might
look.
take. It would take longer to walk, or take longer to take the train than
Look.
it would to walk to some
Look,
place.
given the rate of devastating chemical incidents lately, I think they should go as slow as possible. Just be nice and careful on those tracks that haven't been maintained since the 80s or whatever.
Well, and it's also I found out from there that one of the other issues that Boston's trains are some of the oldest in the country.
Yeah.
So they have this issue where they have a standing issue where like the train tracks are too tightly curved for most modern trains.
Yeah.
So like that's why the trains have to go so slow. The speed at which a normal train moves is far too fast for these older trains to like navigate without derailing. But I'm not kidding when I say we were going a bridge, I think, across like across the river, and our speed was probably 8 miles an hour. It was kind of pathetic and hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Boston.
Yeah, so Boston happened. Other than that, I went to play Magic. I went to play Magic last night. It was lit.
Yep.
Fucking love that game. Opened some cool shit. I don't know. Played Magic.
Yeah, no.
Magic and sipping. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about, man. Y'all should travel some. It's great shit.
I've been told.
As I have been told.
One more thing. I also still have fucking Resident Evil remake on my computer, and I have yet to touch it because I'm fucking busy.
Yep. Play it, damn you.
Anyway, yeah. So that's what they've been up to. I have been gaming and animeing. So I watched a lot of stuff that premiered this season. I'm watching Eden Zero Season 2, Dr. Stone New World, Hell's Paradise, Dead Mountain Death Play, the new Kimetsu no Yaiba, Legendary Hero is Dead, and then last night I watched the Oshinoko premiere. That was really good, actually. I really enjoyed that.
I've heard it. Well, actually, I saw the first episode at Anime, so I know it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rather depressing.
Sure, yeah, I get why it might not be for you.
Yeah.
But I think it's fascinating. So I'm gonna keep up with all that.
Oh yeah, worth checking out, certainly.
Yeah. It's all the anime and whatnot. Other than that, I don't really have anything prepared to mention. Life's been kind of slow going.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. So we're gonna cut now to the segment we recorded last week on Happy Sugar Life, and then we'll be back for the Reddit dive. So stay tuned. Hello, everyone. This is very awkward because we're recording this segment in advance, not during any particular episode recording. So whatever the next podcast episode is, we're just throwing it in there. And we're doing it now.
Yeah, it's just going to get thrown right in the middle there.
Delineate, save time on Saturday, I guess. I don't know. And also just to discuss it to keep it fresh in Kevin's mind, because we all know what a forgetful bitch he is.
Yeah, we want to talk about it now because I just finished it.
Yeah.
And because God, I have some thoughts and opinions on this fucking show.
I knew you would, and that's why we're doing it now.
Yep.
Because if he had to hold these in for one more fucking minute, he was going to explode.
Explode or fall apart.
Stop falling! Stop exploding!
I'm stopping. I'm not exploding. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Talking about it now.
Control yourself.
Controlled.
Why couldn't you control yourself? I controlled myself. Anyway, we're talking about Happy Sugar Life.
Oh boy, are we talking about Happy Sugar Life.
Right. So I watched it almost a month ago now. And I watched it for a very classic... It was the first time in a while I did the classic 2000s anime fan maneuver of seeing an anime in an AMV and going, huh, and then watching it.
you should send me an AMV.
It's Biteki, and he's made a couple with Happy Sugar Life footage in them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I thought it looked interesting, so I gave it a watch on Amazon Prime of all things. I think this is a leftover from the anime strike days.
Yeah, it is.
So that's the only place you can watch it officially.
It wasn't like one of those shows that was like a dual thing between Sentai Filmworks and Amazon. It's just Amazon. Only Amazon ever licensed this.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the story of how I discovered Happy Sugar Life, and oh boy, was that an experience.
Indeed.
Yeah. So we're gonna assume you're at least somewhat familiar. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk about things. So initially, gripping premise.
Yeah, it has an interesting start off with just the very basic premise of this main character, Sato.
Yeah.
It's essentially having kidnapped this small child.
Yeah.
And
just keeps her locked up in her apartment.
Locked up, and the reason why she keeps her around is because this small child, Shio, keeps Sato feeling sweet and pure and
other attempts at human connection just don't do it for her.
Yeah,
you know,
because like she's been around in a number of ways. Slept with like dozens of guys over.
Mm-hmm.
We learn later that like the main reason why is because of her aunt that she lived with, who, man, if anything fucked her up, it was her. More so than losing both her parents.
Yeah.
But
so Sato, not entirely right in the head, but quite devious.
Yeah. Like the entire reason why she did this is because like she was trying to figure out like what love was to her, because her aunt gave her this very weird idea of what love actually is. And she was just like, that doesn't sound correct. I'm not sure. So I'm going to see what I can do to see like what love is like for me. And she just ended up being...
And then kind of emulating the same behaviors under the pretense of being built different.
Yeah.
There's so many moments in this show where Sato is confronted by someone equally, if not more, depraved than she is. And she is utterly convinced that it's different when she does it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is one of my favorite genres of character, are sociopaths who think they're different from other sociopaths.
It's because she has this confirmation bias in her head of, like, again, born from the way that she was raised and, the people that she lived her life around.
Yeah, her aunt is kind of like, imagine Nagito, but instead of hope, it was love.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
A little bit, yeah. Just how Nagito has a very twisted sense of hope. Sato's aunt has a very twisted sense of love.
Yeah.
which Sato calls her out on.
Right, because she's built different.
I'm not like you. I understand.
This show might set a record for pots calling kettles black.
It kind of is. It might. Oh God, every single one of the interesting thing, like one of the things that I found really engaging about this show is just the variety of ways that like every single main character is affected by. So like premise wise, anyway.
Yeah.
I liked that it explored how trauma affected all of these main characters in different, unique ways, and how that like led them into the actions that they took throughout the series. That's interesting. That's fascinating, and and like it's funny at the beginning of the series you think, oh, Sato and maybe one other person's like really fucked up. No, it's everybody. Everybody's like deeply fucked.
Yeah. Not everyone is necessarily bad, but everyone's fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of noise coming through on your end, by the way.
It's the fan. It's hot in here.
Ah, okay.
I'm not doing anything about it.
That's fine. That's fine.
You can just live with that.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool by me. It's cool by me.
Yeah, the show sets a really... And, yeah, this is one of those shows that pretends, or, like, puts on the veil of being cutesy and slice of lifey, although it very, very quickly drops that... It's not like Gaku Garashi or something where it's like a slow burn. It's it's immediately subverted. Like, immediately, even as far as, like, the opening.
Yeah.
The opening doesn't even try to hide it.
The first scene literally tells you how the show is going to end.
Basically, yeah. But I meant like the actual, like the OP.
Yeah, the OP. It's like the opening theme.
Rather than necessarily hiding, in plain sight or anything, it's more of a case of the opening flip flops between. It's almost like TF2 Pyrovision in a way.
It does a really good job of showcasing how like the mindset that Sato has regarding her relationship with Shio, and
contrasted with like the actual reality of the situation.
Yeah, like she sees it as like this pure love, and like the two of them are meant to be together, but like in reality, you're
grooming a child, man.
Yeah, you're grooming a child, girl. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Among other disturbing things that happen in the show.
Oh yes.
Yes. As I was saying, the first episode sets a really nice tone with her, sociopathic superiority when she confronts the cafe manager who just raped a guy.
For a week.
Lambasting her.
For a week straight, she was raping this guy.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, a lot of rape.
Yeah. Like no, this wasn't a day. She kept him in a closet in her office for a full week.
Yeah. Talk about objectification, am I right?
Oh, he went there.
Yeah, but Sato, a great establishment of her character is when she chastises the manager, not because she kept a dude in a closet and raped him for a week, but because she couldn't control herself like Sato can.
Yeah, that was really the whole thing. It's like, you can't control yourself. You're not better than me. I'm better than that. You should learn more from me.
Yeah, I'm setting the example.
I'm setting the example. I have a pure and chaste love. Ooh.
You are so bitter. Give me my money.
This is the weirdest example of gaslight gatekeep girl boss I have ever seen.
She's a girl boss. We said this about Yuno Gasai, that she is the moment, but Sato is the moment.
They both are in vastly different ways.
Yeah, it's actually interesting that this is the next show we're talking about after Future Diary, because in some ways Sato kind of feels like a character. Sato feels like Yuno Gasai written by someone who doesn't know who Yuno Gasai is, but has only picked to piece together her personality from memes. in a way.
And is also like, what if Yuno Gasai, but also a pedophile?
Yeah. What if Gasai, but way less sympathetic?
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Because, like, the
Yeah.
whole thing with Yuno is that, like, like, with both characters, you know why they turned out the way that they did. But with Yuno, you can kind of sympathize with it a little bit better. Because, like, there's an element of, like, relatability to her circumstances. Not so much with Sato. Not so much.
Yeah. Yeah, with Sato, it kind of just... The story just kind of draws the line at... broken childhoods will mess you up. Doesn't necessarily mean you deserve sympathy past a point. It's just sort of like a thing. It's very matter of fact.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, which, honestly, that's... I'll get into that
If the-
in a
yeah,
little bit, yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. So very quickly, the gloves come off in regards to what the show's actual tone is. And aside from the Happy Sugar Life, like, scenes in the apartment, it doesn't really break from that. The rest of the show is basically a low-key thriller.
This is a psychological horror anime.
I described it as someone deciding to make American Psycho into a Yuri show.
It kind of is. That's actually a very good descriptor of it.
Yeah.
Sato's just fucking anime
particularly,
Bateman.
Yeah, well, I think that one of the things she really has in common with Patrick Bateman is this classic sociopathic, like, not understanding and rejection of conventional human relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only difference is Bateman didn't really have any one person he fixated on. It was just kind of like whoever interested him in the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And from there we get, the escapades of Sato trying to support her groomer lifestyle, her girl boss groomer lifestyle, while also not being discovered,
Yeah.
Which creates this dichotomy between, the way she views the world becomes the way the show presents itself, with the stark contrast between the Happy Sugar Life scenes and everything outside the apartment.
Yeah.
And eventually those two encroach on each other. One thing is and the contrast works really well. I especially like the Happy Sugar Life segments because of that uneasiness to them. Almost like if you viewed these events out of context, it wouldn't seem that bad. But once you have like the whole picture in your mind, it's hard to get it out of the back of your head when these things are happening, like with the wedding vows and the the bonding and all that.
Yeah, which is another element of the whole grooming thing, because, like, on one hand, it's, Sato, in her mind, the fucking daily wedding vows thing is just, like, her way of, like, purifying herself and, basking in Shio's glory and, reaffirming her lifestyle. But, like, in reality, it's her grooming Shio and normalizing this behavior with her. Which we learn more about Shio's past, and Shio has a history of people doing similar shit to her.
In some ways, everyone wants to use Shio. And the show makes a greater point about how innocence is used and discarded by everyone around it.
Yeah.
If there's one fucking point I think the show really wants to nail, it's that those formative years of childhood development are capital C crucial.
Which, that can be true, but, like, the biggest issue that I have with, like, the messaging of the show is that you described it. We'll get into that in a minute. There are a couple other things that I do want to talk about first, though. One of which is you mentioned how outside of Sato's apartment, the show is like inside of Sato's apartment. It's like this, fluffy slice of life show, because that's how Sato sees her life within her own apartment.
Oh yeah, it's like fucking Yuri in there or whatever.
Yeah, but outside of the apartment, it's the rest of the show. It's a psychological thriller.
It's moodier. It's more dour. It's like you see the visual and tonal contrast between sweet and bitter that Sato views everything under.
One of my favorite elements of the show. So, like, you mentioned how the veil comes off very early in episode 1.
Yeah.
But they actually still work in a really good twist in how it pieces together what exactly Sato's living arrangement actually is, and how because it gives you this red herring throughout the first half of the show, implying that she killed her aunt, and you believe it because everything you hear about her on gives you every reason to think that she would be murdered. Yeah. So this very effective red herring is put in front of you, saying it's most likely that Sato killed her aunt, disposed of the body, and is keeping Shio there. I really like, just as a side note, I really like that imagery of the bags of body parts from afar looking like bags of candy. Yes. That's a really good visual. Yeah. This show has visual direction and storytelling in this show is really, really good.
Oh yeah, this is from a studio I've never even fucking heard of before, but they did a pretty good job with the directing.
Yeah, the studio is Ezola.
Yeah. I'd never heard of them before.
Yeah, they've done 3 shows: Happy Sugar Life, Are You Lost, and Smile Down the Runway.
Why do these sound like they're all in the same genre somehow?
Yeah.
Maybe they're like Lurch. They got a favorite.
Yeah, they're all like survival, they're all like slice of life dramas. So
yeah. Anyway, the directing is really good. It's not the best animated show you'll ever see, but it definitely nails the aesthetic it's going for, and when the directing needs to be front and center to communicate its ideas, it's very good about that.
Oh yeah. The best episode that really exemplifies this is, I think it was episode 7. Right after
8.
8, yeah.
Talking about the
Yeah, right after we learn that Sato's aunt is alive, and there are actually 2 different apartments.
Yeah, he kind of loses relevance, but I really like the teacher is there to sort of freak out, who the fuck, if her aunt's alive, who the fuck did she ask me to burn? Yeah,
I actually really do like the utilization of the teacher in the first half of the show as being this this third party trying to piece together what exactly is happening, because he's introduced into the show in episode 1 as someone who's infatuated with Sato and is trying to creep on her, but Sato flips that around and is like, I can ruin your life with a phone call, dude. Don't. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, you're married and you're still doing this? What the fuck?
Why couldn't you control yourself?
Why couldn't you control yourself? Exactly. It all comes back to that.
The absolute fucking power move of her showing up to his house with his wife
and just starting to undress.
Yeah. Let's talk elsewhere.
Yeah, she's just like, and then
can
you walk and talk at the same time, Sato?
Once she totally dominates him in this way, he's suddenly into it, which is man, this show.
New fetish unlocked.
What I really like about it is that the teacher has such a everyone else is pretty a design. The teacher is so nondescript, you would believe he was a background extra in any other show.
Yeah.
And yet he's like this.
He's one of the most pivotal characters in the show in the early stretches, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I just mean to say, he doesn't look deranged at all, but he has he looks like a background teacher in any other slice of life that wouldn't even have a name.
Yeah.
It just goes to show depravity is hidden everywhere, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, he burns the body, which is not her aunt.
Yeah. So, episode 8. I think episode 8's my favorite episode, just because it has I fucking love the direction of that episode and how it like represents the artist that Sato ends up using as both shelter and later as, you know, taking his apartment so that she can live with Shio. I really like how it represents him as like this kind of disembodied, not even a voice, just like all of his thoughts, and like every time he speaks, it's represented by static and noise.
Yeah.
Which you mentioned that you had an unique take on why they did that.
That sequence to me gave off almost like meta horror vibes of not even the author is safe.
Yeah.
The way the artist obsesses over drawing this girl and her just her unreadable expression, that as soon as she ascribes meaning to it, he flips out about it.
Yeah, I love that scene where she brings Shio in, and Shio is represented as, you know, being covered in static because, you know, she's not the important part to him. And
just like he's covered in static from Sato's perspective.
Yeah. It's really good visual direction. I love that. I love the scene where he breaks and he's like, why does her face look like that? Why does she look so satisfied, so whole? I loved her when she was unreadable, when she was incomplete. That's what drew me to her.
Yeah, and in my mind, I got some sort. This may or may not have been what the mangaka intended, but it gave me Alan Wake-esque vibes of, you know, not understanding what you've created, or sort of like I think of like a Twitter artist who has, like, you know, those Twitter artists that have like their OCs. They're not part of like a story or anything, but they're just a character that they envisioned and they draw over and over again.
Yeah,
you know, and it just kind of becomes part of their brand. And I imagine one of those people mystified by the expression and the persona they have put on the paper, but as soon as they start ascribing a narrative to it, it ruins it for them in a way. Like, the thing they've created has escaped their understanding and control, and from that, I almost wonder if the mangaka was engaging, because I kept trying to think, why is the artist a faceless? The only thing you know about him is that he's male. That's basically all you know. And I kept wondering, why did he make this creative decision? And I couldn't help but think maybe he's sort of playing with the medium a bit. Maybe it's not necessarily him, but like it's a version of him. Maybe, I don't know the history, but like maybe this whole manga sprung out of him drawing this girl with this expression over and over again. But the more he developed the idea, the more it escaped him. And I think something tonally about the way this series progresses makes me think that the author has some views.
Yeah. Clearly.
And so, and because of the nature of the subject matter and such, it almost feels to me like he could be that type where, like, at least in a playful way, you know, could be jealous of his own creations in a way. Yeah, but that's just in universe, it's probably just because, you know, Sato doesn't really care. And even a nice character moment I like is when he tries to pay her for her modeling and she refuses and says something like, if that's what this is about, then we're through.
Yeah.
Because she's searching desperately for that kind of human connection that she can't find.
Yeah, because consistently, the reason why she turned it down is because she had been taking, you know, sex from men for money, like, over and over to try and, like, you know, find something to latch onto.
Yeah.
And like,
I think
this dude was just like beginning to lean into that a little bit too much for her. It was just like, no, don't do that. If that's what this is, we're done.
Yeah, I think it's an examination of how victims of abuse tend to view relationships in purely transactional terms.
Right.
and they usually hate that
Yeah.
because that sucks. They're always looking for that indescribable, genuine connection.
Yeah.
That because of what they've been through is so hard for them to recognize. And unfortunately for Sato and everyone involved, she recognizes it in a socially inappropriate place.
Yeah. Honestly, Sato, Tayo, um, Daichi being the teacher,
Yeah.
all of these characters have this consistent problem of looking at relationships in this transactional way. It just manifests differently for all of them.
Yeah, Tayo, because of the fact he was repeatedly raped and such, he has this understandable anxiety and fear around older women, and so when he sees this missing poster,
for the record, the scene where he gets touched on the shoulder and immediately shuts down, one of the most realistic examples I've seen in fiction of what a trigger looks like.
Yeah.
That was actually really good. That was well done.
Yeah. When he sees this a missing poster of a cute little girl, he finds in his mind a sense of salvation, because it's the opposite of what he's been through. It's like it's the polar opposite. It's youth, it's innocence, it's a little girl isn't going to manipulate him.
Yeah, the way that he rationalizes it. He rationalizes the entire thing in his head as these women who have taken advantage of me are dirty. They lie.
They've made him dirty and unclean, and it's only the purity of this little girl's innocence that can heal me, that can make me.
She can make
not
me pure,
clean,
which is the way that he described it. She can purify me,
which I think is probably a way a lot of victims of rape probably. I've heard that before, where victims of rape view themselves as used and disposed of and unclean.
Yeah.
And hyper focusing. And what's fascinating and tragic is that he's the only character who makes a legitimate effort to break free of his problem.
Yeah.
But then Sato comes in and drags him back into it.
Literally just shoves one of Shio's socks in his nose and is like, here.
Yeah, I read someone compare that to enabling a drug addict. That sounds about right.
Kind of, yeah. God, this segment's going to need, a big fucking disclaimer before it.
Right. What, spoilers?
No, just subject matter. Jesus Christ. The show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, of course. So, try as he might, the effort he put in, it's all for naught, because he falls back into it. And it gets him raped again. Which is darkly the cyclical nature of it all is.
I know what they were going for, but it's a little goofy the way that it actually manifests in the show.
Yeah, even the director called Tayo a great source of comic relief.
Which is that's kind of a fucked up way to view his character, but kind of.
But the way it's written is kind of like that, though. There's something almost darkly that because he kind of unfortunately brings it upon himself. There's this black comedicness to Asahi receiving the phone call, and Natsuki Hane just screams, "I was raped again!"
Yeah.
It's terrible, but also, again, because he allowed himself to fall back into it, and he brought it up. I don't want to necessarily victim blame.
No, yeah.
But in his pursuit of Shio, he landed himself in that position again, and the way it's presented is dark, is in a darkly comedic manner almost.
Yeah.
It takes it seriously, but also because of his specific unhealthy coping mechanism, it allows itself to sort of be played as a
very dark humor, yeah.
A very bleak joke in a way.
Very bleak.
I think that's kind of what the director meant when he said that.
Yep.
Is that like,
bleak is a good word for it.
Yeah, there's something bleakly hilarious about that circumstance,
In a way,
despite
yeah.
how it. Yeah. Anyway, Asahi, he's the closest thing to a good person in this show.
Yeah, like his main, like the main crux of his character is that like
Hyo's older brother that wants
older brother,
that, yeah, who's on the streets. He lives on the streets, and he's trying to find her to reunite his family and such. And a lot of the drama of the show is his attempts to discover the truth and Sato's attempts to hide what she's doing, and yada yada.
Yeah.
Asahi is interesting because he is himself a victim of abuse that rides that fine line of the cycle of abuse where he is pressured repeatedly into becoming his father in a way.
Yeah.
And this is something I'm going to get to in a bit because it's something that irks me, is that he is like the only one to not turn over to that side. He rides that edge of continuing the cycle of abuse and trauma.
He's the only character who really doesn't break in the way that like everybody else does.
He goes through a lot, but he doesn't quite break.
Yeah. He has an iron fucking will. I'll say that about Asahi.
Yeah, you really you root for him and you really feel for him because of the situation he's been put in his whole life, and his motivations are the most normal and understandable, although tragically not meant to be.
Yeah. God, the ending of this show. We'll get to it.
I don't know if there's that much more preamble I can really get to, because the ending is such a big part of how. So, like, if you asked me how I felt about the show at episode 11, I would have said that I really loved it, and I thought it was a great exploration of its themes. It was a very tense and engaging thriller that explored trauma and abuse from multiple angles, and had solid direction and music and all that. And I would have said it was great, and I was prepared to recommend it to everyone that can stomach the premise.
Yeah.
Then I watched episode 12.
Episode 12 basically just
the word I use is anti-cathartic,
which is a good descriptor. It goes out of its way to pull the rug out from every other character. Like, every single character in this show. No one wins.
It's not, because going into the episode, you think, is Asahi going to succeed? Is he going to get his sister away from this dangerous sociopath? Or is it going to be a villain protagonist victory? Is Sato going to come out on top and get her happy sugar life? No. Nobody wins. Everyone is either the same or worse off than they were before.
Taiyo becomes a recluse.
Yeah. Well, first, the big thing is that the scene happens. Asahi is finally able to confront Shio. He's finally able to reach his sister. And the twist being that Shio is not interested.
Oh, yeah. Shoko's fucking dead.
Oh, right. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. The one character, like the one person whom Asahi had like a real connection with, whom he saw as like a beacon of hope, is dead.
Right. Sato is so committed to her happy sugar life that she kills her ostensible best friend, who was more patient with her than anyone had any right to be.
Yeah. Even after learning, the reality of the situation.
Yeah, and she gets killed for her trouble.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But also he doesn't have long to dwell on that before he confronts his sister, and Shio is fully indoctrinated with the happy sugar life.
Yeah, because
gone.
What the lead up here is that like Shoko and Shio and Sato have this this basically just a heart to heart, basically saying we are both horrifically fucked up individuals, but for some reason we make each other feel whole in a very, very fucked up way. And
very complex feelings for an 8-year-old to display.
With considering the shit that she's gone through, she probably mentally matured a lot in a very short amount of time, having to grapple with a lot of very adult feelings.
It's uncomfortable because in a very twisted way you almost see where Shio is coming from.
Almost.
Because her home life was bad. Her father massively abusive, her mother neglectful and useless, her brother broken. You know, he fucking her mother and her brother are just homeless. They're just Asahi leads his father to death, and they just live on the streets. They have no safety net. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
And so in Shio's mind, you're like, well, I guess she was safer and happier with Sato, wasn't she?
Kind of.
As wrong as it was, it's hard to deny. You start asking yourself, as well-meaning as Asahi is, and as much as, you know, societally he has this right, he has more claim.
Morally speaking, yeah, but
you start wondering about it. It's like, can they really provide a better life than Sato can? But then you start thinking, but Sato is a fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
And the thing that goes unsaid that you keep thinking of is what happens when Shio grows up?
Yeah.
What happens when she's no longer this small, cute beacon of sweetness and innocence? What happens when she gets, as everyone does, you know, embittered by the world? You know,
yeah,
you can't keep her locked up forever.
Yep.
And if you do, that's bad on Sato. So it's like, you start thinking there really is no good solution to this. Asahi would obviously be a better solution, but it wouldn't be great. And you start to see from her childish perspective why Shio thinks that way.
Yeah.
But it's also because she's been groomed. She's indoctrinated fully into Sato's bullshit.
Yeah.
She is Stockholm syndromed. You know, it's too
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
All of Asahi's efforts were for naught. Then the building catches fire as they're trying to burn all the evidence, and Shio and Sato fall from the top, and they fully intend to die together. And this is where the real nuance and twistedness of the situation comes in, because in her final dying moment, Sato realizes that to love another truly is to, you know, to establish such a genuine connection is to love someone more than yourself.
Yeah.
And so she shifts herself in such a way to protect Shio from the fall as much as she can. And Sato dies, and Shio lives on. And in that moment, as twisted as it is, and as much as the socially responsible part of your brain wants to ignore it, in a way, Sato ended up being the one person who loved her unselfishly. As wrong as it was,
yeah,
you start recognizing that. And even though I fully believe that if she was not dying, she would not have that revelation.
Yeah. This is absolutely a revelation that would have only come to Sato in, you know, a moment of mortality.
Yeah. But it's one of the aspects of episode 12 I do like, because it's real, it's nuanced, it's very human for her to have that last second epiphany, and tragically in her last moment have some inkling of an understanding of what genuine human connection is. But ultimately, I think the author knew she pulled way too much shit to actually get what she wanted.
Yeah.
The part of the episode that I have more mixed feelings about is what happens afterward.
Same.
When Asahi goes to the hospital and sees Shio recovering, and he tries to reconnect, and Shio just still steadfastly shuts him down.
Yep.
She is completely delusional. She is completely indoctrinated. She is completely broken.
Yep.
And I actually read up on there were some like epilogue chapters released after the manga ended. I didn't read them, but I read up on what happens in them, and things do not get better.
No, yeah, I read a little bit too.
8 years later, she basically becomes Sato 2, Electric Boogaloo. Cutthroat, not understanding human connection, frequently visiting the burned apartment complex. Has like a stuffed animal that she replicates her relationship with Sato with, and Asahi is still homeless, still on the street. And one bit I did find rather poetic is that he still clutches that missing poster of his sister as like a memento, and you realize what it means is that to him she's still missing. Yep.
Because that's not his sister anymore. That's just... That is the person that Sato turned his sister into.
And at that moment you realize the crux of the show is deeply, deeply cynical.
Yeah.
People are the products of their upbringing. People, try as they might, don't change. Those crucial childhood years that we all take for granted that form who we really are crucial. And if people don't understand love from a young age, they will continually seek it as they grow older, and it will not end well.
When I finished, go ahead.
They only, and the world doesn't care.
Yep.
And despite all of Asahi's efforts, and despite him resisting the temptation to turn into his father, and despite him riding that edge and trying his best not to continue the cycle of abuse, he goes unrewarded.
Yep.
The biggest bone the universe throws him is that it doesn't make his situation any worse.
Yeah.
But
when I finished episode 12 of Happy Sugar Life, it really stuck. Like, that is an ending that really made me like. I just kind of like sat still for about 30 minutes afterwards and just thought, and just stewed on it, and thought through, what the show was trying to say, the themes, the ideas, and the message that it ends with. And I DM'd you afterwards, and more than anything, this element of Happy Sugar Life made me mad. It angered me in a way that fiction normally does not. And because I believe more than what this show does about people and about humans and about how we can adapt, improve, and go beyond our traumas, and how we can, make our lives better. I believe more in the human spirit than that. But this show says...
I had the same reaction where I was like, I get what it's going for, but I don't like this. I don't. Yeah. It's so bitter. It's so black-pilled. It's so cynical. And I'm just like, there's a difference between darkness and bleakness. And this is just... It's so bleak and it's so anti-cathartic. No one wins. Not even the villain. Not even the villain gets what they want. Sato doesn't get what she wants. Shio doesn't get what she wants either, but she's deluded enough to think that she's happy.
Yep.
Asahi is still homeless, and in a way, he never found the sister he was searching for.
Tayo is
broken
beyond repair.
Even the teacher gets arrested somehow. Yep. I don't know how that happened, but it just happened. It's just one more little thing to be like, nope, nobody. Then her aunt is arrested, which, I mean, rightfully so, but,
her aunt is arrested, but she's so fucked up in the head that she doesn't even see anything wrong with what she did. She's just like, yep, I did it. Bye.
It all feels like a cruel punchline. And there's
this anime is basically just a Shaggy Dog story.
Yeah. Like, there's a part of my brain that almost respects the balls on a filmmaker to do an ending like this.
Oh, yeah.
But on the other hand, it dragged down what was otherwise shaping up to be a classic in my mind into something that I find difficult to recommend to people as
found
anything other than an artistic experience.
Yeah, like, I was engrossed in this show for, like, most of its runtime. I was fascinated, I was interested, I found the complexities of the storytelling fascinating, and the psychology of the characters immensely interesting. But
it was gripping because you wanted something good to come out of it.
Something,
I don't, and I
anything good.
I don't want to betray the story's tone. You know, I don't want to I don't want to go against the themes of the narrative, the very serious themes of the narrative.
Yeah.
I never expected a fully happy ending. I never expected everything to be hunky-dory. I expected people to suffer. I expected people to die. I expected people to not be okay. But what I didn't expect was the show to so steadfastly tell me nobody's fine, nobody wins, and they never will. I at least wanted
more than that. It basically tells you were wrong for thinking it would happen any other way.
Yeah. All I would have needed is some kind of indication that there was some hope that Shio could get over what she's been through. Some hope that Asahi could form some kind of genuine connection. Even if it was just implied, even if it was just, you know, the start of a long journey for them, just something that someone could be okay. And the show utterly denies you that. And that's the reason I said I would have a hard time recommending this to anyone who's been in like a grooming situation, because I don't think they'll appreciate what this show has to say about the human condition.
Yeah, no, that's really the biggest issue that I have too. That ending, as Arcada has said before, the ending is paramount, and the ending of a show can really recontextualize how you view the entire narrative. A really good ending can rework a show that was just kind of okay up to that point into something amazing. But in this case, it took something that was gripping, tense, unique, and it just turned it into something bitter and hopeless.
Even if it's faint, even if it was again only an implication, I can't believe people are this weak, you know?
Yeah.
And that's not to diminish victims of abuse or anything like that. I'm saying I believe in the inherent strength of people to move past their traumas and the things that hold them down. Mm-hmm. And I believe in the strength of human connection to pull us out of the darkest places. And as presented, this show, it doesn't believe that.
It doesn't.
Or it either doesn't. This author either doesn't believe that, or he's very committed to the idea of it being a horror series and pulling the rug out from under you just to fit the tone, I guess. But in doing so, I feel like they have weakened their product, and they've created something that is a fascinating artistic expression. And like I've said before, I can love a piece of art that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
I'm a big defender and proponent of Darling in the Franxx. Thematically, I don't like anything Darling in the Franxx has to say. It is the exact polar opposite of my worldviews.
Yeah.
But I will defend its right to say them, and I think artistically it said them very well, and I respect it for that. I respect and defend Darling in the Franxx for that reason.
Yeah.
When it comes to Happy Sugar Life, I can only kind of recommend it as like I don't know about bile fascination, but in sort of like a very sort of, this is a depressing art piece kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about where I am too.
And that's just kind of a shame, because if the ending just had a spark of hope to it, a spark of human strength to it, I could see this being a classic. But as it is, it gets knocked down hard by just a very bitter ending that makes you view the whole show differently in a bad way.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting that this is the next show we talk about after Future Diary, because we had almost the opposite problem with Future Diary.
We did.
Where Future Diary's ending was overly happy and optimistic in a way that didn't quite feel earned. This show's ending is overly bitter and cynical in a way that doesn't ring true to my experience.
Yeah. This isn't like, this doesn't match with what I feel and what I know about, people and how, they can work past their traumas. So like, this just rings as bitter, cynical, and unpleasant.
And maybe that was the point.
Maybe.
But I think it weakens the end product, and it dragged what was shaping up to be a solid 9 into 7.
A 7-ish.
Yeah. And there are definitely people I would not recommend this show to, because I think...
Honestly, if it weren't for you wanting to talk about this show, I wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Don't know if I'll ever do it again.
I I will say, this is a challenging piece of fiction. And I do appreciate challenging fiction.
I appreciate that, and I like analyzing these things, and I like discussing them. But as far as how much I like it ultimately in the end, it really got hit hard by that ending.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was, definitely an experience. If you somehow made it this far and you didn't see the show, first of all, why? But secondly, if you're looking for an artistic statement, great direction, and something that's gripping, and the other thing is that you can't warn people about the ending because the tension is so integral to the experience.
Yeah.
So you almost have to just recommend it blindly and be like, this is an artistic experience, worth visiting, but in the back of your mind, they're going to end up disappointed by the end, most likely.
Yeah.
So it's hard to recommend for that reason, because you want to warn people, but you can't because it would compromise the experience.
You kind of warned me, but I was still thinking, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I can find something that I like about the ending. Not really. Not really, no. I tried. I damn well tried.
I like Sato's death, and I like the last minute epiphany.
Yeah.
That's about as much as I can give it.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't like the last episode very much.
I agree.
Yeah. So those are our thoughts on Happy Sugar Life. It's a lot.
If there's anything you can say about Happy Sugar Life, it's that it is a lot.
Yeah. So that's it from us. We return you now to the third segment of whatever the next podcast episode is. We have no idea. Like I said, we're recording this in isolation. We have no idea what we said before. We have no idea what we're going to say after, because we're not going to record it until probably Saturday. So we don't know. But anyway, thanks for listening. Stay tuned to the next segment. Hey, welcome back.
It's been a while.
For us, literally, because we recorded that last week.
Yeah.
We're gonna get DMCA'd now, thanks.
Oh, it's such a small
It's only
snippet.
it's only 3 seconds. Like it won't trip up the copyright bots.
If we get fucking banned, plus if we get banned, it's gonna be fucking Germany or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any German listeners. Although if we did, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't think we do. Anyway, it's time for the Reddit dive.
Oh yeah.
I've gotta get in there.
So let's start with a large Tifu, Kevin.
Oh boy. Okay, is it a real large Tifu, or is it one of those people who's like, oh, I fucked up so bad, but it didn't actually affect me in any way, shape, or form. I'm just really embarrassed.
I'm more suspicious of XLs than Ls.
Right.
I feel like Ls are usually pretty accurately labeled.
Yeah.
Anyway, today I fucked up telling my dad about Tom.
Oh, no. Oh dear.
Throwaway account, TLDR below. A week ago, a random homeless man waved at me when I, 18 male, was walking home from school with my friends. I did what I thought was the polite thing to do and waved back. As soon as the homeless man saw me wave, he yelled, "I banged your dad!" My friends laughed. Feeling somewhat compelled to set the record straight, I yelled, "My dad's not gay, bro." And the homeless man yelled, "Tell your dad Tom misses that Italian ass!" One of my friends froze and said, "Dude, isn't your dad like..." This is literally how it's written, by the way. "Dude, isn't your dad like, Italian?" I was done communicating with the crazy homeless person and walked away without saying anything to anyone, not even my friends. Towards the end of the day, I decided to ask my dad if he knew a man named Tom. My dad narrowed his eyes and repeatedly said, Tom, like he was struggling to connect the dots. It seemed like my dad didn't know anyone named Tom, which was good enough for me. I was prepared to close the case and never mention you-know-who again, but then my mom appeared out of nowhere and reminded my dad that he used to work with a Tom. My dad awkwardly complimented my mom for having such a good memory at her age before confirming that he did indeed work with a Tom, but the two of them somehow lost contact when coworker Tom became unemployed Tom a few months ago.
Oh.
I said I might have seen Tom, and I think he's homeless Tom now. My dad asked what prompted me to talk to a random stranger on the street. I said the random stranger targeted me and actually did most of the talking. My dad said from now on he's going to drive me to school and pick me up. I said I preferred walking with my friends. My dad said he preferred keeping me safe. I said it was a homeless man, not Hannibal Lecter, but both my parents agreed I was no longer walking to school. I said time out and asked my dad if he wanted to know what Tom said about him. My dad literally stopped blinking when he looked at me and said Tom's big mouth was the reason he got fired, so if it was the same Tom that spoke to me, then he would suggest that I do what Tom failed to do, which was keep quiet.
Ooh.
I got the sense that my dad wanted me to stop talking about Tom, so I did. The next morning, my dad made me get in his car so he could drive me to school like he said he would. All I could do was sulk. As we were driving, my dad showed me a photo on his phone of a guy and asked if this was the homeless man I saw. It wasn't the best picture quality, the photo was clearly cropped, but there he was, the clean-cut version of homeless Tom. I said that was the guy. My dad asked me what Tom said about him. Without going into detail, I said Tom missed him. My dad asked me to explain where I saw Tom. He said he was going to check if Tom was still there and tell him to never bother me again. When my dad and I saw each other again, he was picking me up from school. Seemed a lot happier than when he dropped me off. My friends at school were convinced that Tom and my dad had an office romance, which came to an end when Tom lost his job. The consensus was that my dad might allow homeless Tom to put his you-know-what in my dad's you-know-where as soon as the two of them saw each other again.
Oh.
I refused to believe what all my friends believed until I noticed my dad low-key blushing behind the wheel when I asked if he managed to find and contact Tom.
Oh.
My dad said there was no sign of Tom when he checked, but he promised to go back and check again.
You're not subtle, buddy!
He was quick to change the subject and ask me about school, my friends, my girlfriend, etc., whatever. Week ago, my dad preferred working from home because he could spend more time with me and my mother, but for the past couple of days, he's apparently been spending most of his time at the office. Yesterday, my mom found an unused condom in the laundry and assumed it was mine. I said the condom didn't belong to me, but my mom gave me the slow nod of mistrust before interrogating me about my non-existent sex life. Meanwhile, my dad had no idea what to tell my mom when she made him aware that some of his clean laundry had gone missing. Socks, underwear, gone. Something was going on.
Oh no.
The unusually long hours at work, the mysterious condom, the missing laundry, all pointed towards someone who's not very good at covering their tracks. I get the feeling the condom was for Tom, who was probably wearing my dad's missing socks and underwear. That being said, I have nothing to confirm that my dad is cheating on my mom with another man, but if he is, and the other guy ends up being Tom, then technically, I will be responsible for potentially ruining a marriage by accidentally reuniting my possibly gay father with someone that has been out of his life for good reason.
Tom misses that sweet Italian ass.
Tell your dad I miss his sweet Italian ass.
See, okay, so this is in a very this entire thing is in a very precarious situation where it is teetering on the edge of both a large and medium Tifu. It's just a matter of how things go from here. If this actually ends up ruining the marriage, then it's a large Tifu. If they somehow manage to figure it out and like everything goes back to normal, it's a medium Tifu. We are on an edge here.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to Top Comment. Tell your dad you posted this to Tifu, and when he asks what that stands for, say Tom is fucking you.
Good lord.
The mystery of what it stands for. Solved.
Finally, at long last. Oh, we're starting off good. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Round of applause for Tom and the guy's totally not gay dad.
God.
Anyway, Kevin, read this one or I'll fucking kill you.
All right, this one is a medium Tifu.
Yes, and it's locked.
Oh no. Today I fucked up by offering my boyfriend my rescue inhaler.
Oh no.
This happened about an hour ago. Oh, this is literally today I fucked up. Okay.
Well, no, it was posted 15 days ago.
Well, you know what I mean. This happened about an hour ago. I'm on mobile and the bots are running wild today, so ye officially be warned. My 22F boyfriend, 21, M, got up early today to watch soccer. We don't live together, so aside from the fact that he's going to want to call it an early night, all good. He can get up whenever he wants. About an hour after the game starts, I wake up to a good morning text from him. I say, hello, lament the soccer score I just googled, and he follows up with, I feel yucky. My allergies are really bad with throat closings and hives. My allergies have been bad due to weather here also, so I mentioned that. His response is, I think I might have to go to the ER. It's getting really hard to breathe. I have asthma, and I know that's not a situation to mess around. I'm immediately stressed, but staying calm and level-headed, I ask him if he wants me to bring him my inhaler or go to the ER with him. Then I jump out of bed, brush my teeth, change, and I'm out the door, headed to the apartment. Somewhere along the way, I see a yeah text, but don't bother to read the rest of the messages. 3 minutes later, I'm at his apartment, inhaler in hand, barging through the door like the hero I am to save my wheezing, helpless boyfriend. Except instead of finding a wheezing, helpless boyfriend, I see him looking confused, sitting on the couch with coffee and a bowl of cereal. No. To be clear on the image here, I'd just woken up when this exchange happened. When I left my apartment, my hair was a mess. I was too lazy to fully take off my mascara last night, so my face resembled that of a hungover raccoon, and there were still pillow lines on my forehead. He, on the other hand, was dressed for an event he was soon leaving for, seemed to be utilizing perfectly functional lungs, and holding a facial expression with some mix of surprise, confusion,
what a sentence, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, that of a hungover raccoon?
No, the utilizing perfectly functional lungs.
Yep. Yeah. I sputter and mumble a series of, but you said, I thought...
Yeah.
And then check my phone to use the yeah as an explanation for my presence. Turns out the full text was, yeah, but can you also return my breath? I don't know why you keep taking it away, with a series of dramatic emojis. Fucking God! Jesus Christ, man. With a series of dramatic emojis followed by a gotcha and an April Fool's gif. He was very apologetic for his silly joke and causing me to panic, but I laughed at it and now I'm eating breakfast at his apartment writing this out. TLDR, my boyfriend April Fool's me into rushing over to his apartment with my inhaler in hand, when all he really wanted to do was make a corny joke.
To be honest, this is more a small Tifu than anything.
This is a small Tifu. This is a fairly small Tifu, but it's...
Miscategorization aside, it was funny. So
it was funny. It was... God, imagine just walking in, and he's just eating cereal like, I can explain.
Yeah. Not worthy of a golf clap, but I will give you 2 quacks. So that's funny.
Top 2 comments. I don't understand the fuck up on your end, honestly, and someone just replies, not reading the whole text message, but you're right, that wasn't...
Right. That... Yeah, I understand now.
Yep.
Alright, time for another large Tifu!
Bring it
Is
back.
it really
to-
large though? Because I'm getting skeptical at these 7.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Today I fucked up by messing around in Singapore and getting caned as punishment.
Okay, yeah, getting yeah.
Welcome to Singapore.
I was born in Singapore, spent most of my childhood abroad, and only moved back at 17. Maybe if I grew up there, I would have known more seriously how they treat crime and misbehavior. Didn't pay much attention in school, got involved in the crime in my late teens and early 20s, eventually escalating to robbery. Didn't use a real weapon, but pretended I had one, and it worked well for a while in a place where most people were unaccustomed to street crime, until inevitably I eventually got caught. This was during the early pandemic, so maybe factor that in, when they gave me a comparably short prison term at only 2 years, but I think the judge made up for it by ordering 12 strokes off the cane, a bit higher than I expected. I knew it would hurt, but I had no idea how bad it would actually be. Prison was no fun, of course, but the worst was, they don't tell you what day your caning will be, so every day I wondered if today would be the day. I started to get very anxious after hearing a couple of other prisoners say how serious it is. They left me in that suspense for the first 14 months of my sentence, or so, until I began to try to hope, after hundreds of false alarms of guards walking by the cell for some other purpose, that maybe they would forget about it or something, and it would never happen. But no. Finally, I was told that today's the day. I had to submit for a medical exam, and a doctor certified that I was fit to receive my punishment. My heart was racing all morning. Finally, I was led away to be caned. This is done in private, outside of sight of any other prisoners. It's not supposed to be a public humiliation event like in Sharia. The punishment comes rather from just, the pain.
Yeah.
I had to remove my clothes and was strapped down to the device to hold me in place for the caning. There was a doctor there, and some officers worked to set up some protection over my back so that only my buttocks were exposed. I had to thank the caning officers for carrying out my sentence to teach me a lesson. I tried to psych myself up by thinking, okay, it's 12 strokes. I could do this! But finally, the first stroke came. I remember the noise of it was so loud that the pain was shocking and intense. I cried out in shock and agony. I tried then to get away, but couldn't move. By stroke number 3, I could barely think straight. I remember feeling like my brain was on fire and the pain was all over my body, not just on the buttocks. I think I was crying, but things become blurry at that point in my memory. I remember the doctor checking to see if I was still fit for caning at one point and giving the go-ahead to continue. After the 12th stroke, they released me, but I couldn't move. 2 officers had to help me hobble off. They doused the wounds in antiseptic spray and then took me back to a cell to recover. My brain felt like it was melting from pain, so my sense of time is probably a bit distorted from that day, but I remember I collapsed down in the cell and either passed out or went to sleep. But little did I realize that the real punishment of caning is more in the aftermath than the caning itself. When I woke up, the pain was still incredibly intense, but not so much that it was distorting my mind, which almost made it worse in a way. My buttocks had swollen immensely, and any pressure on it felt like fire that immediately crippled me, almost worse than a kick to the groin. My first time I felt like I had to use the toilet, I was filled with dread because of the pain. I managed to do it squatting instead of sitting, but still, just the motion of going number 2 agitated all of the wounds, and the pain was so sudden and intense that I threw up. I tried to avoid eating for a week because I didn't want to have to use the toilet. After a couple days, the officer told me I couldn't lay naked in my cell anymore and had to wear clothes. This was scary because they would agitate the wounds. I spent most of the day trying to lay face down and totally still, because even small movements would hurt so bad as the clothes rustled against it. This continued for about a month before things started to heal, and even then these actions remained very painful, not just cripplingly painful. I didn't sit or lay on my back for many months. By the time I got out of prison, I had mostly recovered, but even to this day there are severe scars and the area can get a bit sensitive. It was way worse than I expected the experience to be. I know it's my fault, but I do wish my parents had warned me more about the seriousness of justice here when we moved back, though I know I wouldn't have listened as a stupid teen. Thankfully, they were supportive when I got out, and I'm getting back on my feet, literally and metaphorically. TLDR, got caught for robbery in Singapore, found out judicial caning is way worse than I ever imagined. You know what? That's a large. That's a large.
Yeah, finally, we get one that actually qualifies for large. Also,
that is quite the large Tifu, yes.
Also, don't commit crimes in Singapore. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to get my ass caned.
Yeah. When I think of places to not commit crime, that's up there.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds fucking horrifying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like my butt just how it is.
Yeah, I decided to look. Yeah, by the way, I decided to look up the what the thing for caning looks like. Yeah.
Post it in lobby chat.
Yeah, I'll post this in lobby chat.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I want to see it. I asked him.
OP was hooked up to one of these things.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's medieval.
It is. This is literally medieval torture.
That's medieval, dude. It's like a fucking canvas of flesh for the whipping.
Yup.
Hold on, I'm looking at it now. Hold on, against my better judgment.
Lobby chat.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking medieval.
Look, they even include a little thing for you to bite down on so you don't scream so loud.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be annoyed while you're caning someone's ass.
Oh, God. What the fuck, Singapore?
Anyway.
World.
Honestly, at that point, just pull the trigger. Just fucking shoot me.
I'm gonna remember that.
I'm also gonna remember that.
For a month?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
My general rule of thumb is, I mean, not that I've been great at this myself, but don't commit crimes, kids.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
But how are they supposed to be gay, do crimes without the do crimes?
Okay, be gay, do crimes, but don't get caught.
Sure, yeah. Well, it's only a crime if you get caught.
Yeah, maybe don't tote around a fucking fake weapon while you're... Fucking don't do that. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yep.
Let me look for another goodie, maybe.
Man, I didn't realize how long it had been since we had a proper large Tifu. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a nice proper one.
Caning. That's a new one.
Yep.
We've yet to have a caning story before now.
Still not quite up there with Rockin' Ear Guy, but it's still pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Did he label that a large or an extra large?
Rockin' Ear Guy, that's just a large.
That's an extra large.
That's an extra large. That's just miscategorized.
Yeah. Anyway, go on. We'll both. There's one for you.
Alright. Ooh, we got Naita!
Mm-hmm.
Am I the asshole for agreeing to go on a family vacation in place of our honeymoon?
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Some quick background facts. My family and family friends of ours go on vacation together every year. This has been tradition since I was maybe 11 years old and I'm now 27. Each year my parents...
that rhymes.
Yep. Each year my parents and the other family's parents alternate who plans and pays for the vacation. This year it's our family friends' turn. I'm getting married in just a few weeks.
That's a weird way to phrase that, but go on.
Yeah. I'm getting married in just a few weeks. We were planning on going on our honeymoon toward the end of the year, but I haven't put specific plans in place yet. Ugh. I work for my dad and can pretty much get off whenever I like, but she only has so much PTO, so we're trying to be strategic with our plans. I told everyone I would likely have to skip the vacation this year because of my fiance's work situation and our honeymoon. Last week, my bonus dad, quote unquote, bonus dad.
Yeah, that's. Why has no one ever come? Why has anyone ever come up with that before? Oh yeah, I just got married. That means you get a bonus dad.
Last week, my bonus dad came to me and told me, I love that. I love that so much.
you wanna play catch? I'm 32, but yeah.
Came to me and told me he had booked a room for me and my girlfriend. Was more than welcome to come along too if she changed her mind, but that he was insistent on the family being together for the trip. Honestly, there's nothing that can beat the vacations we take. The places are great and the company is even greater. My sister is so busy these days and lives out of the state, so I get to catch up with her. The family we travel with has 3 sons who are some of my closest friends. Beyond all that, you can't really beat an all-expenses-paid holiday. I told my fiancée about this, and she's very angry I didn't immediately shut it down. I told her that we weren't required to constantly do family activities, and this could easily serve as part 1 to our honeymoon. We haven't started planning, so there's no real plans to derail, and we can have our actual honeymoon as a first anniversary celebration, since we weren't planning on going right after our wedding anyway. Am I the asshole?
So, I'm just obsessed with I'm just obsessed. I know what he's talking... Look, the fucking Ida post, whatever. I'm just obsessed with the mental image of this guy getting married, and the guy's like, bonus dad, and then the dad's like, bonus son, and they do like a little handshake.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a funny mental image.
Yeah.
So, OP really should have checked with his OP really should have checked with his fiance/wife before this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
this is a breach of trust, like a flat breach of trust. So, you really should have checked beforehand, before like nailing those plans down, and.
But he said they're not nailed down.
No, before nailing the plans to go to the family get-together down.
But he said we haven't started planning, so there's no plans to derail.
True. But, still, should have asked.
Probably, but the last paragraph makes... He's so non-committal to this course of action in the first place, and
That
so
is
open
true.
to... You know, I gotta disagree with Reddit here. I don't think I think he's a little scatterbrained, but I don't think
Probably,
he's an asshole.
yeah.
No, that's where I'm getting it too.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
where I'm too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This feels easily redeemable.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Rectifiable
Yeah,
is the
just
word
say,
I would
okay,
like to use.
what do you want to do? And
Plus,
then
I
make
mean,
a plan.
this guy gave us the greatness that is bonus dad.
Bonus
so,
dad!
I mean, bonus dad!
I can't be
bonus
too mad at
son!
me here.
Yeah, you know.
Bonus dad!
That's great. I'm gonna remember that one.
Yeah.
Just for that, not the asshole.
Yeah. Not the asshole.
Honestly,
You got a bonus dad.
Yeah. And the bonus dad gets a bonus son! Hell yeah!
Yeah! High five!
Just imagine he has like a Bill and Ted. He has like a fucking Bill and Ted dynamic with his dad. His bonus dad. Dude, bonus dad! Dude, bonus son! Yeah! Let's get that a golf clap.
That's great.
Oh, we have fun here.
This has added so much to the show.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking dad.
Bonus dad.
It's beautiful.
Medium Tifu. Where is it? Locked.
Oh boy.
Oh
Medium,
boy.
by the way. Medium Tifu, locked. Today I fucked up by going on the worst date and almost ending up in bed with a hooker.
Oh, this date was the worst, let me tell you, girlfriend. Ugh, where do I start?
So this all happened last night, and I'm still trying to process it. I met this guy. Let's call him Chad. Let's call him Chad.
Chad.
On a
Fuck
dating
you, dad.
Let's call him Chad, but he was anything but.
On a dating app a few weeks ago. We've been chatting. He seemed nice enough, so we decided to go on a date. Little did I know how much of a disaster it would turn out to be. Chad and I decided to meet at this trendy sushi place downtown. He showed up a few minutes late, looking like he just rolled out of bed in a wrinkled shirt and sweatpants. Strike one.
What?
But I tried to look past that and give him a chance. We sat down, started chatting, and he began to show off by ordering a bunch of expensive sushi rolls.
Started chatting. More like
Oh!
it. Oh!
I started chatting, and he started chatting. He began to show off by ordering a bunch of expensive sushi rolls that neither of us could pronounce. I felt a little uncomfortable, but played along because I didn't want to be rude. As the night went on, Chad started to get more obnoxious. He told me about his successful startup, and kept hinting that he had loads of money. I'm not the type to be impressed by that kind of thing, so I tried to steer the conversation towards more interesting topics, but
Right.
Chad just wouldn't let it go. Finally, we finished dinner, and Chad suggested we go back to his place for a nightcap. I wasn't super into the idea, but I thought, what the hell, maybe he'll be better in a more relaxed setting, but boy was I wrong. We got to his apartment, which was honestly pretty nice, but it didn't take long for things to get weird. As soon as we walked in, Chad said he had a surprise for me.
Got.
What?
I said things got weird.
Oh, yeah. I nervously laughed it off, thinking he was joking, but then he led me into his bedroom, and there she was, a hooker, lying in his bed, dressed in lingerie, looking like she was expecting us. I froze, completely shocked and confused. Chad, with a smug grin on his face, said he wanted me to try spicing things up. Oh, my God.
Oh.
On the first fucking date!
They wrote, yeah. My jaw dropped. I couldn't believe this guy actually thought I would be into this. I mean, I'm all for open-mindedness, but this was definitely not what I signed up for. The poor woman on the bed looked just as uncomfortable as I did. We exchanged awkward glances, and I could tell she wanted out just as much as I... She wanted out just as much as I did. I turned to Chad and told him, in no uncertain terms, this was not happening and that I was leaving immediately. He tried to play it off like it was just a joke, but it was pretty clear he was dead serious. I grabbed my purse and hightailed it out of there, leaving Chad and the hooker behind. I felt terrible for her, but I couldn't deal with the situation any longer. Anyway, I thought I was going on a normal date, but instead I ended up in an awkward situation I'll probably never forget. I'm definitely going to be more careful when using dating apps from now on.
Hey, you know what that hooker has?
So, dating apps, speaking from personal experience, dating apps and dating online, it can be a tragedy.
Top comment, this Chad must be a really good-looking guy. I can't imagine showing up to a date late in dog shit appearance and literal sweatpants, spending the entire time being obnoxious about myself, and still have a girl wanting to come back to my apartment afterwards.
I mean, hey,
No offense, but that dude got a point.
That's true. This guy must be pretty handsome underneath it all.
Hey, do you know what the hooker got? You know what the hooker got?
What?
Bonus Chad!
Alright, and that's my last episode of the Baka Gaijin show. I will never be back after that.
No, come back! Come back!
Kevin, you ruined everything
No!
once again.
How could this happen to me?
You flew too close to the sun,
I
good buddy.
made my mistake.
Your wax wings are melting all over us. Boy, it's hot.
I was gonna say I like wax melting though.
Oh, okay. I don't have a sound clip for that one.
I don't have a sound clip. Get the fuck out! Like,
I don't know. 3 quacks.
Sure, that's the
Might have
best
been
we're
4.
getting.
Yeah. Oh, right, it's Kevin's turn.
It is my turn.
Yeah, 1 second. Take this in memory of me.
Am I the asshole for interrupting my son's date so he could pick up his little sister?
yes.
Depends. What country do you live in?
Wait. You interrupted his date. Okay, is this Alabama? Was the date system?
I need to get a banjo twang up in here.
Yep.
It's pretty good. Let's give that a golf clap.
I'm a single father, 43M, to 2 children, Max 17M and Lisa 8F. I usually have Lisa in after-school clubs so that I'm able to pick her up after work. However, last evening I was given some work that had me working overtime.
Overtime!
Overtime! Never mind.
Oh, we were going for very different references.
I did try my best to negotiate out of it, but my manager told me that the assignment was to be completed by that night, so I just did. It was nearing towards 6 p.m. and I just knew I wouldn't be able to make it to Lisa, so I called Max and asked him to pick her up. He responded by saying he couldn't because he was on a date with his girlfriend for their 6-month anniversary. I told him that I understood, but I really needed him.
The most important one!
Oh, teenagers. I love them.
But Dad, it's my 6-month anniversary! I told him that I understood, but that I really needed him to get Lisa, and that I'd make it
actually understand. I don't know what's going on.
And that
Help!
And that I'd make it up to him for interrupting. He just angrily turned his phone off, and I thought that while he was mad, he had just decided to pick her up. 30 minutes later, I received a call from Lisa's school on where I was because the school was close to closing down and no one was there. Luckily, one of Lisa's friends' mother said that they'd drop her off, and that was all good. However, I don't really like it when Lisa goes with that particular friend, not because of that friend, but because of the mother. She has this habit of asking math questions in the car that she knows Lisa is unable to answer, and then criticizes her over it. It's all just
What a
very
bitch.
mean.
What the fuck?
What a
What a
bitch!
bitch.
What the
Fuck
fuck?
you.
What are you talking about?
Haha, you haven't been educated to the point of satisfactory to me at your young age.
Oh, this 8-year-old does not know what cosine means.
She's 8! I called
What is this cartoon-ass woman?
I called Max and asked him where he was and that he was in big trouble when he got home. He just told me that he was busy and to leave him, quote, the hell alone. He came home around 9 p.m. I told him he was grounded and he was not allowed to use the car for a good 3 weeks. At that, he got all mad and said that it wasn't his fault I was failing as a parent and unable to afford someone to collect Lisa.
Oh no.
Oh, you little shit! Just want some insight on this situation. Was I being too harsh, and am I the asshole for interrupting his date? Oh, he made an edit and it makes it worse. This is the third time I've asked Max to pick up his sister in the span of a year and a half. Some people are asking why I don't have a nanny. Money is tight. Max and Lisa's mother is not present in their lives, and no, I did not think of socializing myself with the parents at Lisa's school. I am at work most times, so I haven't found time outside of the yearly parent meetings. Please refrain from insulting my son. Your son's an asshole, though.
Hey, don't insult his son.
What am I supposed to, like, how am I supposed to react to this, though? Like...
I mean, OP isn't an asshole. That's our judgment.
Yeah, OP is definitely not the asshole here, because, like...
Yeah.
You are in a very precarious situation. The mother's not in the picture. You had no one else to turn to actually, pick up your daughter. So your son was the only person who was able to. And he's over here like, but it's my 6-month anniversary for a relationship that I don't even know is going to go anywhere. So, like... No, you're not the asshole, OP. That's my flat answer.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You're not failing as a parent either. Like, that was uncalled for of your son to, like, fucking shoot off with.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's complicated, kiddo. Okay?
Yeah.
Look, I get it. You don't like your current... Like, I get that the son probably doesn't like his current family situation.
Sure.
But it doesn't sound like that's something of the dad's doing. And if it was, he's trying to fix shit. So...
Yeah.
Like, lay off the guy.
Unless there's a lot he's not telling us, I'm gonna say
right,
not the
yeah,
asshole.
not the asshole. Like, just from what I'm seeing, just in this situation strictly, not the asshole. No. Absolutely not.
I mean, no. I mean, yeah, but no. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah? No.
Not the asshole.
Not the
Not the
asshole.
asshole. Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, that I said yes in the beginning.
It's all about that context, baby.
Mm-hmm. That's what we like. Sometimes you get a little bit of misdirect. You get a little swerve, a twist, if you will.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Don't be so presumptuous.
That's the beauty of the Reddit dive.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta scroll up a bit.
Did you find one up there?
I'm scrolling a lot. It's been like 3 weeks, so I've saved a lot, but they're also all spread out with other shit I've saved.
Right.
Okay. Medium Tifu, again. Today I fucked up. I said yes to the naked guitar guy. Warning, if you are religious and or nudity or sex offends you, please do not proceed further. Well, I'm none of those things, so let's go on. Alright, here's the deal. For some, today is an important religious holiday. 7 days ago, so Easter, I guess? I don't know. For some, it's just another Sunday. Regardless, people are supposed to be enjoying their Sunday, except for me. Last night, I connected with a guy who was in town for the weekend. When he showed up at my door after midnight, he was, no joke, in a karate outfit and had a guitar with him. I figured out immediately he was in town for the anime cosplay convention thing. To be sure, there were questions, lots of questions, but he was also super hot, which was a surprise considering he was an anime enthusiast.
An anime enthusiast.
You want to die, bitch? Because I'm guarantee you, I get more pussy. I get more dick than you.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid,
what am I even saying anymore? Help! Someone help!
Sorry, I don't mean to stereotype anime convention goers. I mean, you did.
You did.
You literally did.
You're lucky this isn't an Aita. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, what questions? I let him in. Duh. The clothes came off pretty much immediately, but before we get to the real fun, he wanted me to play a song on his guitar, buck naked. Unusual, but he was hot, so okay. He sat at the edge of my bed, played some rendition of Hotel California. I mean, it was pretty erotic seeing him play the guitar with a full-on erection and spiky Goku hair. This is an interesting mental image. God. The musical talent truly upped his hotness from like an 8 or 9 to a full-blown 11. I don't know if it was me or if he added flourishes or if the song was actually that long, but I grew impatient for his D, not gonna lie. He never finished the song. I was face down, ass up, ready. So ready. I told him to stop playing, and he obliged. This morning, as I was doing my usual chores, I saw a big-ass skid mark with a tiny side of dingleberry surprise on my brand-new RH Hotel collection sheets where he sat and played the guitar last night. I waited 2 months for these. How many times did I brush my legs across that skid mark last night? What else did I touch? Instead of having fun relaxing on Easter Sunday, I'm hand-washing my brand-new bed sheets. I have ruined a set before in the washer and dryer, sadly, and lysoling all the surfaces in my bedroom and bathroom. Not a good Easter for me. TLDR, I said yes to a hot naked guitar guy. Now I'm spending my Sunday afternoon hand-washing my RH sheets because of Goku's Smudge, or whatever he was supposed to be.
Goku's Smudge.
Goku Smudge is one of the statements of all time. I just want to what an amazing fucking statement.
He left that Goku Smudge, though.
I can't with this shit. I can't.
She can't with that shit. Literally.
Oh, it's fucking funny.
Anyway,
that's just extraordinary.
That's
I can't. I don't know how to respond to this.
I know how to continue, and that's to give Kevin something to read.
Fucker needs to learn to wipe.
Yeah.
Goku,
learn to wipe.
Super misread this at first. Jesus.
Oh.
So it says, am I the asshole for being strict? I misread it for a second as, am I the asshole for being racist?
How? Are you dyslexic? How the fuck does that? There's not even an R.
Probably mildly, yeah.
There's not an A. Or, yeah. That's check yourself for dyslexia. Jeez.
I, 43M, have a daughter, 19F. Her mother, 44F, and I have always wanted to make sure our daughter got the most out of her life, and here we go.
Oh boy.
Here we fucking go. Off to the races, boys!
I was a high school dropout, and my wife dropped out of college her second year. Oh boy! I love some fucking projection, Jesus.
Skill issue.
We didn't want that for our daughter. Ugh.
What the choices you made?
We held her to expectations, getting good grades mainly. This led us to being very strict with her. Her life was to go to school and come home. Nothing in between. And there's your problem. You failed. You have failed the assignment. Please report to the office after school. After school, we need to have some words.
Go on.
My daughter graduated from high school as the valedictorian of her class.
You are the next contestant on Shoujo Ramune? I don't know.
She...
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I know what kind of bullshit happens in that show.
She decided against my better judgment to be pre-accepted to university and take a gap year to earn herself a bit of saving. We never saved money for her future. Last week we met with the school's admission counselor. I dropped her off. Around the time I was supposed to pick her up, tried calling her but she never answered. I had to get out of work, so I called my wife. She said she'll figure it out. A while later, I get a call back from my wife saying that her daughter was fine, but upset.
I really like how they have all these expectations for her, and then they're just like, yeah, we never save money, though. It's like, I mean, you know, it's like...
Fucking hell. When I dropped my daughter
Rules
off...
for thee, not for me.
Yep. When I dropped my daughter off...
Precisely.
When I dropped my daughter off, she had met up with an old friend, Ariana. They got to chatting about high school...
Of Grande fame?
Maybe. And Ariana talked about how she was on the All-Star team, the student representative, and more. Okay, not Grande.
No, she could never.
My daughter said she graduated as valedictorian, but besides that, she didn't do much. No sports, no hanging out, no job, no nothing. Ariana said... Okay, you played that a little bit too early because, Ariana said, wow, your life was boring.
Emotional, damn it!
There you go. My daughter was hurt. She ended up missing her meeting to go cry. She called my wife. She said, how come my life is like this? It's like I have no purpose. I was just made to be a trophy child. You guys didn't let me do anything. I couldn't even walk outside without one of you with me. I feel so trapped, like a prisoner. It was the same thing every day, no change. I'm nobody. I got nothing to show for my life. My wife said my daughter called one of her friends to pick her up and stay with them. I was a little upset. We've done so much for her and she's acting so ungrateful. I called my daughter. She apologized for skipping the interview and not telling me where she was. She said her friend would drop her off at home. I said, not to bother! God, these people. These fucking people. If she didn't feel appreciative of the life she had here with me and her mother, then she wasn't welcomed back. She started sobbing, apologizing profusely. I stood my ground even though it hurt inside to do so. She paused. I heard her drop her phone and a loud thud. I assume her friend came over to help her and I heard panic attack. The call went dead. When I got home, my wife said our daughter had a panic attack. Gee. She was alright now, but she said she wasn't coming back, not explaining. I told my wife what I said to our daughter previously. My wife went red in the face and started screaming, saying I drove our daughter away. I said our daughter seemed to be ungrateful for all we've done for her. It's been a week since then and I haven't heard from either of them since. Am I the asshole? How do you make a post like this? Just write it out, just all the way through, get to the end, and ask yourself genuinely if you are the asshole. How do you get to that point?
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid!
That's coming in more handy than we anticipated it would.
That is coming in more handy than it has any to. And that's kind of frustrating me.
Yeah. Fuck it. How do you get this bad, man? Oh my god.
Yes. You're the
you are the proverbial asshole. Yes, there is no getting around that one.
You're arguably
you're a fucking gaping, bubbling asshole is what you are.
It's like this isn't just asshole. This is bordering on abuse. This is like straight up abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, Jesus Christ! Wow, no. You
in lieu of a formal declaration of rating, I think I'm just gonna leave you with this.
Yep.
So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, if all it takes is for her friend to tell her, wow, your life is boring, for her to realize, oh shit, my life is my life is fucked, maybe you've made a mistake somewhere along the way. God. Anyway, I don't want to think about that anymore. That's frustrating.
Yeah, your parents are cocksuckers. I'm sorry. There's no other way to say it. Like,
man, fuck OP. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, you suck. You're horrible.
Fuck
and
you.
I'm filling time because
dick.
it's fucking paid. But always, I'm fucking I'm just filling time because this page won't load.
Ah, okay. Load, damn you!
I still am baffled by people who lack such like the ability to self-reflect at all. Like it's a baffling character trait to me.
I don't understand it. I really don't, because I feel like halfway through writing out this story, he should have realized I look like a dick. Like I'm just horrible. Like I feel like he would have figured it out halfway through writing it, but no, he just wrote the whole thing out, and at the end, am I the asshole? Like. Ugh.
All right, so this thread comes from our legal advice.
Oh, fun.
This is 6 years old. I dug this up, and I'm gonna read this in the most comic book guy voice I can because I feel like it fits.
Okay.
Girl lies to local owner of hobby store, and now I'm banned. Hi, I'll try to keep this one brief. I usually spend my Fridays at a local hobby store playing D&D and Magic the Gathering. Over the years I've been playing there, I got a crush on one of the employees. A, she has a boyfriend, R, but I felt like I had to say something or I'd regret it, so I did. She told me she was flattered, but not interested. I'm not the type to give up, and my dad told me persistence pays off, so I started bringing her flowers every day, both at her work and her apartment. I didn't stalk her. She lives close to the store. I've seen her walk home a few times. She took me aside on Monday and told me that she felt it would be best if I dropped out of the D&D group she runs for the store. I asked her if there was also... What?
I just want you to know what my face looks like right now. And it's literally the black guy meme where his eyes are bug-eyed and his mouth is even looking at the screen.
Yeah.
Like, that is my literal reaction.
You haven't put that GIF on the screen.
Yeah, I will. I will.
I asked her if she was also kicking R out of the group, but she said no, claiming I was harassing her. Tuesday, I went in and complained to the store owner, telling him about the situation and how it's unfair she's kicking me out for having feelings for her, but not her boyfriend. You understand it's about the behavior and not the feelings, right?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I told him how unprofessional it is to hang out with her boyfriend at work. The owner told me he'd investigate, and I asked for my phone number so he could get back to me. This morning I got a phone call from him that after speaking with A and the other employees, I'm harassing her, and he's decided to ban me from the store. I tried to tell him they were lying to him, but he hung up on me. I want to sue him for punishing me for something I didn't do. Is there a specific type of attorney that specializes in this? Does the fact that I'm black and the rest of them are white give me any grounds for discrimination lawsuits?
Oh, I did not expect that twist. Oh, dear.
Plot twist.
Whoa.
Whoa. Nice.
But the twist.
That was great. Anyway, you know.
No, I don't know. What?
Yeah, you kind of you engaged in a little bit of stalkery.
A little bit.
Persistence does pay off, and you got a ban for your trouble. So good job.
I guess.
So good job with that.
Top score. Yeah, dude. Like, persistence pays off if you do it the right way.
Yeah. It's all about skill
and
tact.
And persistence sometimes pays off. Right. But if there's a point at which the woman just directly says, "No, I'm not into you," then it's time to back the fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see
like,
here.
Take the rejection, find another fish. That's how it be.
Right. Will this fucking load? God damn it.
Man, is Reddit just having issues today?
I think I'm just having issues today.
Well, I'm having issues every day.
Yeah, I'm aware. All your cramps and also not cramps.
Yep, that is the spectrum. That is the spectrum.
Yeah, read the thing.
Okay. All right. Let me take a look at this. Oh boy, this is an NSFW Tifu.
Oh yeah,
medium.
Leaving a shit stain on a fucking leaving a shit stain. Isn't a TV.
Excuse you, I believe you mean Goku Smear. Goku Smudge?
The Goku Smudge, yeah.
The
Goku Smudge. Yeah.
Today I fucked up by making a plate of chili cheese tater tots. How does this get NSFW? I'm scared!
I am exceptionally frightened. Let's fucking go.
I'm curious.
I'm panicking. Oh no, how does this get NSFW?
Today I fucked up by making a plate of chili cheese tater tots.
Today I fucked up by, like, you know, getting salmonella in my penis.
Today I fucked up by going way too fast.
I promise I did not try to fuck the chicken.
I, female.
Reminds me of that old College Humor sketch where he's like, sometimes I just buy chicken breasts so I can feel flesh against my own.
I, female. How old are you?
Yeah, that's important.
Okay.
You're not redditing correctly.
I, female, was feeling a bit hungry after one of my classes and decided to go to the campus dining hall to grab a quick late lunch/early dinner. I ate 2 slices of pizza, watched some videos, cleaned up my plate, and started to walk to the exit. That's when I spotted the most glorious thing. A fresh hot tray of tater tots being poured. A fresh hot tray of tater tots being poured out for the incoming dinner rush. On my campus, the tater tots are one of the few things that are delicious every time, and they rarely made an appearance on the menus.
Oh.
I made a beeline for the tots, loaded up a small plate, and started making my way to a table when I passed the nacho stand, and the smell of chili hit my nose.
Oh.
I couldn't pass up the opportunity. I went over, got a fat scoop of chili, smothered my tater tots, topped it off with the cheese at the same stand, and smiled proudly at my creation.
Beautiful.
The fresh tots had a perfect crunch to them, and the chili had just enough spice to make my mouth tingle without being too hot. I ate every bite. The plate was damn near clean when I finished.
I'm sorry, are you saying that you ate the whole plate?
I ate the whole plate.
She ate the whole plate.
She ate the whole plate.
The whole plate.
Yeah. Well, we know she's not guilty.
Yep. About an hour or two later, the monster began to stir. Why do we keep getting...
Oh no.
Why do we keep getting tifus that involve shit? Why do we get so many literally shitty tifus? I swear to God. Anyway.
I just want to know why everyone has these fucking bathroom incidents, and the first thing they think is, I gotta tell Reddit
about this. I took a monster shit today.
Anyway, continue. We want all the gory details.
Or shitty details, as the case may be.
Maybe gory, even. Who knows?
God, maybe. Did you shit my organs? Let's find out.
I mean, that might escalate it to a large, but we'll find out.
About an hour or two later, the monster began to stir, and gurgle, and rumble.
Brianna warned me about this!
I thought it was just a poo, so I went to the toilet and sat down to do my business.
I'm sorry, you telling me it wasn't just a poo?
The hell that escaped my asshole will haunt me forever.
This was no Goku Smudge.
This is no Goku Smudge.
This was Super Saiyajin 3 Goku Smudge.
I was hunched over, almost completely naked, sweating profusely, grabbing the bowl for dear life and biting into my shirt with every shift of my guts. If I even slightly adjusted how I was sitting, it was like the devil himself grabbed a hold of my anus and started carving his initials into it. Most of the offending excrement slithered out without a push, with the chili leaving on its own burn behind to emphasize my screw-up. But the worst was when it wouldn't just come out. When I had to push those brown nuggets of pain out. Why do you keep describing it like that? Fuck!
Oh no.
I was literally contorting my body in any way that could possibly ease the feeling of glass shards being dragged out of my intestines. My legs are still shaking and I can't sit properly without another stabbing feeling jolting through my poor booty hole. The tots were 9 out of 10, 1 point off for the pain that followed. We'll eat them again if I get the chance.
I applaud your bravery, if nothing else.
TLDR, I made chili cheese tots out of college cafeteria food and subjected my ass to one of the most painful shits of my life.
Based.
This is why I'm not attracted to 3D women.
Yep. This is the reality.
Yeah, this one. Also, I really want to bring up, I like how we have had numerous fucking shit stain skid mark stories before, but they are now retroactively Goku Smudge stories.
Yeah.
I just like that. Between Bonus Dad and Goku Smudge, you've really added to the BGS lore of this episode.
Bonus Dad!
Future fans, please update the wiki accordingly. Anyway.
Yep.
That was fun. Today, large Tifu time.
Okay.
This one has Reddit gold, so it must be worth something. Today I fucked up by photoshopping my boss's face onto his entire family and sending it to my work chat.
Oh no.
Obligatory, this happened last year. Luckily I have a new job now. It was Father's Day 2022. My boss on my team of 10 people, I assume, sends a photo of his entire family, including his 3 baby grandchildren, 3 kids, their spouses, his daughter doesn't have a spouse, and his wife. My boss is not a good-looking man. The face only a blind mother could love.
Oh no.
I can see why you have a new job. Unfortunately for his family...
Rude.
Unfortunately for his family, especially the female offspring, his genes are strong as fuck.
Oh,
I
no.
hate my boss with a passion. His partner, my other boss, that I had a good relationship with, was just forced to retire the previous month. He had also just brought his lazy son, who's about my age, onto the team, and I was taken out of all the client interactions because his son needed exposure. His son regularly fapped in the work bathroom. Wow. With people sitting next to him, but that's another story.
I feel like it could be the same story.
See me after class. I luckily had one really good work friend on my team who also hated my boss, but he was higher up and didn't really have to deal with him as much. As this work group chat is going off, we're just ripping into his family. We were both pretty tipsy because fuck it, it's Father's Day and we're not fathers. This entire time we were joking like, how crazy would it be if we accidentally sent to the wrong chat? I was laughing, or lolling, because it was text, at him like he would be an idiot to send it to the wrong chat. I then had a eureka moment. I'm pretty good with the face in the hole and often use it for funny memes. I faced in the hold his ugly face onto his entire family except for his daughter. This included his 2 sons, 3 granddaughters, wife, and 2 daughters-in-law. I made this thing a masterpiece. I was using tone, contrast, I switched angles to match everything. It was the fucking Mona Lisa of fucked up face and hole. The best part is, you couldn't even tell that his daughters weren't face in the hold, and that his granddaughters were photoshopped. In pure excitement of this masterpiece I created, I saved it and immediately sent it to my buddy, waiting for my glorious applause. As I sent it, all of a sudden a text notification at the top comes up from my work buddy that says, "What the fuck?" Took me a second to register that I just sent it to my entire team. I hadn't said anything in the group chat at all up to this point. My first message was this picture that had multiple layers of fucked up. I literally jump from the couch and throw my phone against the couch saying, "Oh no, 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 no," and start profusely sweating and pacing frantically in the living room.
No, you gotta do it like Shia LaBeouf. No.
I gotta add that to the soundboard.
No. We gotta get the no.
My fight or flight response kicked in, and I wanted to run like Forrest Gump. My wife freaks out thinking I just found out I had cancer or something, and I told her what happened. She had no idea the fucked up shit we were sending. She just heard me giggling like a little schoolgirl across from the couch. She immediately tries to calm me down, saying, it's probably not that bad. I show her the picture, and her jaw drops. Okay. We need to think of something. I call my buddy who's laughing hysterically at my stupidity, and I'm like, you need to bombard the chat so hopefully he doesn't see it. He starts sending messages and asks people how their Father's Day was to get more interaction, as I am just panicking, sweating, contemplating quitting before I could get fired. My wife ends up having a genius plan by telling me to text Happy Father's Day boss's name to you and your mini-me's, which I thought was genius. But I sent it like 15 minutes and 20 messages later, so it was kind of at a random point in time and maybe put more attention to it than it should have. My buddy tells me your other coworker texted him on the side, "What the fuck did baby boy blue," oh that's the username,
yeah,
"what the fuck did user baby boy blue just send? Is he trying to get fired? Also, what wasn't boss's daughter's name the only one not photoshopped? It was like 9 p.m. at this point, and my wife was trying to console me, but I could tell she was worried too. Like, oh, maybe your boss didn't see that photo where you photoshopped his ugly face onto his entire family, including his baby granddaughters. I couldn't sleep at all that night. I just rolled around sweating, thinking to myself, what the fuck am I going to say to him and explain myself? Do I come up to him first and apologize? Do I wait and pray he didn't see it? I went through every possible scenario in my head, and they all sucked. Oops. I accidentally slipped and photoshopped your face onto your entire family and sent them to the group chat. I get ready for work early because I legitimately couldn't sleep. I felt like a prisoner on death row making his last walk, but I didn't get a tasty last meal because I felt like I was going to vomit. I'm the first one in the office. I'm pretending to work and trying to play it cool, you know. Our assistants come in and I'm thinking, all right, be sharp here. Act like nothing happened. They say nothing about it, like they didn't see me insult our boss's entire family via a masterpiece face in the whole edit. I'm starting to calm down, thinking no one saw it. Then my work buddy comes in, and he's just dying laughing, which brings my anxiety up. He can see me from his office, so every time a new coworker comes in, his eyes get wide, like, oh shit, here he comes. He's chuckling. No one says anything. Then the moment of truth comes, and my fat, ugly boss walks in with his fat, ugly son. I start sweating again. What the fuck, by the way? Such a shitty response to fear. He just starts, he walks by me, says nothing. No hi, no good morning, no nothing. Okay. Kind of weird for him, but you know, not bad. I'm watching his every move like I'm a psychoanalyst trying to read a serial killer's body language. Nothing happens. I'm convincing myself that he didn't see it. Maybe my face in the hole was so good that he thought I just sent the original photo back. Noon comes. He comes up to me and says, "User baby boy blue, want to grab some lunch?" I'm good. Not hungry. I had a big breakfast. Well, walk with me across the street to get food. All right, I guess. The time had come. I didn't get away easily. As we were walking out, my buddy Army saluted me like it was the last time he would ever see me. He starts with small talk, and I can barely answer because I'm just thinking about how would I come up with an excuse. I have to wait for this fucker to get to his stupid salad bar, and I'm starting to sweat again. I looked like a walking food violation because the sweat was coming through my work shirt. We walk back and he's asking about my career aspirations and all those things. This guy did not mention it the entire time. He was just 100% mind-fucking me, and it worked. It was honestly way worse than if he had just called it out. I got back to work and I was safe. No one else on the team mentioned it again. My buddy would always randomly send me the photo while working just to fuck with me, but I ended up quitting about 6 months later for a much better job. I'm thinking about sending it to the chat again next Father's Day just as a fuck you. Anyway, TLDR, I was drunk and me and my coworker were sending fucked up things about a photo my boss sent of his ugly face and his family in a work chat. I photoshopped his head into his entire family, including his baby granddaughters. I only left his daughter not photoshopped because she unfortunately looks the most like him already. I then accidentally sent... Unfortunate. I then accidentally sent to the work group chat, thought I was getting fired. My boss just mind fucks me and never mentions it. Absolute power move of your boss, though. Just fucking with you while he gets a salad.
Fucking 40.
That is some absolute fucking Shogorath shit.
Dude playing 40
crazy.
chess here.
Honestly, he may be a fat, ugly bastard and probably a bad boss, but I gotta respect the power move. So
I gotta. You gotta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was entertaining. Thank you for the story.
Oh, so good.
I don't quite know if it's large worthy because you didn't actually end up getting fired, but whatever. It was
you know
fun.
what? We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
And we did.
Yep.
And we have. Anyway, here's one for you.
Okay.
Kevin.
All right.
Kevino, the Kevin boy.
Excelente. Today I fucked up by What? Today I fucked up by
read that carefully.
Today I fucked up by being seduced by crepes. Large teeth.
Let me reiterate. Not crepes. Crepes.
Crepes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Today I fucked up by being seduced by croissant.
Croissant?
To avoid any suspicions, avoiding Agent G musing gender neutral as my partner browses here a ton as a warning. I don't know what that means. Anyway.
They're not providing identifying information.
Oh my god, who the fuck cares? Anyway.
But the problem arises around 7 a.m. I usually arise.
It always does.
I usually arise earlier than my partner, around 3 hours earlier on average. It's nothing special, but every now and then I cannot go to bed because I get super hungry. It's as if I'm trying not to think about food and going back to bed, but my stomach grumbles and I cannot shamefully acknowledge I am hungry. Usually I try to make a sandwich, or quietly, or something small. Kitchen is next to the...
It's a little too much effort, sure.
Kitchen is next to the bedroom. The design of this place seems to create an unnatural echo back to the bedroom, hearkening my partner to be aware I am not in bed with them, but I am in fact having a secret affair with Pepperidge Farm, toaster strudel, or some other foul but tasty treat. Problem arose today, however, where I wanted to splurge. Crepes! How did this come about? Not a clue. I woke to simply a sound saying, "Buy crepes."
As you do, sure.
So I hearkened towards these demonic voices in my head and Grubhubbed some poor chap for crepes at 6 a.m. Delivery window was an hour. Fast forward to handoff time. The driver, Karen, who happened to be male in their 40s, which was unexpected, but possibly a foreshadow of a morning filled with
That was the guy who
oddities.
murdered the Uber driver and just took a job to stay.
Yeah.
Karen? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yep, here's your crepes. I gotta go bury some stuff.
But you can call me Tiffany. Tiffany, that's a masculine name. Shouldn't be. It's a woman's name. All right, I don't know how to talk to you anymore. Go watch us stay on a bridge.
I got to drive off now. Don't mind the smell coming from the back seat.
What smell? Exactly.
For foreshadow of a morning filled with oddities, handed off my food to me as I, being an individual of culture, was browsing Reddit during the wait time. I thought I had
Obviously.
I thought I had sneakily reemerged, no one the wiser, but alas, it was all in vain!
Oh no.
As I opened the first box of food, exposing a seductive crepe slathered in a sticky cream covering, beckoning me to eat them, I hear it. My partner asking where I was.
Oh no.
Upset that I had left their side and disappeared, I felt the urge to distract from the truth and reply, I had gotten crepes for us. Yes, us, I thought. Surely this vixen of breakfast could also allure my partner, but unfortunately their charm was lacking. My partner immediately arose from their slumber, asking why did I go outside for a while if I was just getting the food. To my horror, I realized in my state of slumber and semi-consciousness I had been waiting for 20 minutes for the food, an anomaly from my prior habits of ordering food, and, had I indeed ordered Grubhub, I would definitely have a tracker. Defeated, I fessed up as if a child caught red-handed with their hands inside of a cookie jar and simply gasped the plain truth of it all. I simply wake up far earlier than them, and I get very hungry and have gotten tired of waiting for them to wake up over the years together and decided to splurge today instead of quietly eating something in the kitchen. I thought the truth would set me free, and along with the crepes, I would be free of punishment, right? No. The error of my ways was yet to unfold. My partner looked at me as if examining a Rubik's Cube and uttered, "You idiot! Why don't you just get food instead of staying hungry and say so?" Upset as they were at me for making them feel as if I had a secret affair, of a human kind, of course, they simply said I was an idiot for not eating real and regular food like a civilized being, and instead treating my desires as if I were a vagabond attempting to avoid detection. Worse yet, they knew I would get up and conduct such silent forays, but were uncertain as to what I was doing so quietly in the kitchen. More so when sounds of delight and ecstasy were clearly audible.
I'm sorry, does this person have like a minimum word count for their essay?
Oh, how accursed I was that night for allowing the carnal temptation of Nutella to overtake
This is
my
staged as fuck, dude. Like, what the fuck
my
ever?
better sensibilities and cry out in subtle climax without noticing. God.
Yeah, I hope you got an A on your essay, buddy. I hope you nailed this creative writing assignment.
Yeah, fucking for real.
But laid bare was the truth and the fuck up as the layperson convention goes. In an attempt to maintain stealth and imagine myself as if I were a feudal Japanese ninja, I had only exacerbated an image of being a potential pornographic snob wanting to see others in their birthday suit using the secret cover of the early morning hours.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Using the secret cover of the early morning hours to hide the act and any personal misdeeds that I may do while watching such graphic content. So thus, as I write this post while enjoying some crepes, I have learned that it is okay to be hungry and simply be human and eat, and not to worry about my desire to be the breakfast version of solid steak, as pretending that I need to do so in secret only warrants the suspicion of cheating. However, I must truly also... I may have truly also effed up, as in the course of this writing, I've eaten the last of the Pepperidge Farm white chocolate macadamian cookies, and must pray the evil deed goes unnoticed. If artistic writing is not your cup of tea, the TLDR version may have been secretly getting out of bed to feed my fat face, but did so quietly, thinking I was a considerate partner, but only caused my partner to think I was trying to watch porn and masturbate in secret.
Okay, so, I want this person to read the fucking caning post and then ask if their post deserves the same rating as that post.
This isn't even a fuck-up. Come on. Come on.
Fucking, you know what?
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid!
I was just laughing at just the overwrought just writing the entire way through. Just like, come on, man.
This had to be someone's creative writing assignment.
This is some hammy shit, dog.
Yeah. Corny.
Get out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Oh.
Oh, a large Tifu. I was eating crepes. Get off.
Get
out of here.
The large Tifu was when you made this post. Oh.
Dude, a motherfucker got caned earlier, and you think this is acceptable as a large Tifu? Get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Fucking medieval torture in 2023. Come on.
Anyway, let's hopefully move on to greater past. Oh, this got removed. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can undid it.
Oh, can we und it?
Let's see here. Is it loading, please? Okay. Alright. Cool. Yeah, undid has it. Am I the asshole for moving my roommate's insulin out of the way?
Oh, no! Oh, no, you don't do that! No!
Oh, no.
No, that's a no!
So, my 27M roommate 23F is a type 1 diabetic, and she stores her insulin in the refrigerator. I decided to throw...
Okay. You're the asshole. No, you are the asshole. No. That was a terrible idea.
I decided to throw a huge surprise party for my best friend 28M this weekend. I knew the party would be a massive hit, and I was super excited to see the look on his face when he walked in. To make the party unforgettable, I ordered a giant custom-made ice cream cake, which needed to be kept in the fridge. When I got home with the cake, I realized there wasn't enough room in the fridge for it. My roommate wasn't home, so I couldn't ask her if I could rearrange her stuff. I saw her insulin and thought it would be no big deal if I took it out for a few hours while the party was going on, just to make room for the cake. I mean,
my roommate won't mind if I move her life-saving medication.
Just to make room for the cake. I mean, I didn't think she would need it during the party since she wasn't even invited.
Mega!
Anyway, my roommate came home unexpectedly during the party, noticed her insulin was missing, and absolutely freaked out for some reason. She started yelling at me.
For some reason, my friend's life-saving medication suddenly went missing, and she freaked out a little bit.
Okay, I want to come clean. I added that myself.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
She started yelling at me in front of all my guests, making a scene and totally ruining the vibe. I did not add that part. She went on this whole rant about how this type of insulin spoils quickly at room temperature something, and she made a big scene of throwing it all out. I looked it up, and I'm 90% sure she was exaggerating. She had to take some...
90% sure she was exaggerating. I only stuck my finger in her bum for a minute, All right, Bill Cosby, break the fence.
And she just had to take some emergency insulin. She keeps in her room and left the party visibly upset. And now everyone's telling me I'm an asshole for taking her insulin out of the fridge, even though it was just for a few hours. I think she overreacted, and it's not my fault she came home early. Am I the asshole?
At least tell her. At least tell the man, hey, I gotta move your shit real quick so we can get the cake in there. Is that okay? Do you have another fridge? Some place else I can. Also, insulin can spoil.
Yeah.
So you might have just ruined her month's supply by doing that if you didn't put it into another refrigeration unit.
Yeah. So.
Eye drops, specifically eye drops and insulin, use compounds in them that, if not refrigerated, will spoil after a very short amount of time.
Yep.
Yeah. So don't do that shit.
This fucker is arguing with people in the comments like, it's just sugar. It's literally just sugar.
No,
it's just sugar, man.
Oh my. She's a type 1 diabetic!
Excuse me, I saw an article on consumermedsafety.org that said it lasts up to 28 days, so, eat that, Redditors.
Oh, God, one of these fucking people. So
Eat
not
these
only
nuts.
So not only are you the asshole, you're also fucking stupid. Oh, God.
I sentence you to get diabetes.
I sentence you to diabetes.
You don't understand, though. He had to make room for the cake.
Your Honor, the cake. Diabetes.
You got rid of it? Why? To make room for the tuna.
I can't with these people.
It's like a fucking episode of like one of those cartoons where like, you know, one of the friends comes over with the best of intentions, like moves all of the shit around and then destroys like priceless like collectibles and shit.
Oh, dude, if there's any fucking thing the Reddit dive has taught me, it's that we live in a fucking cartoon.
Truth is stranger
really
than fiction.
Fucking do.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Some people just live in Looney Tunes land. That's the fact. Ugh.
Oh yeah. Some people just be Roger Rabbiting it all over the place.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Da 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 da.
I'm just trying to see if this will load.
Will it load? Will it load? Will it load?
Will it load? No, it doesn't load. All right. You know what? Let's move on to the lightning round.
Yeah.
Lightning round.
Yeah. This is where we go. If I can find it, we should go to unpopular opinion and find some unpopular opinions. Maybe they're popular, maybe they're not. Do we agree? We might, or we might not. You'll have to listen and find out, dipshit. Unpopular opinion: wearing a university's hoodie without graduating or enrolling in that university is cringe. Wow, there's a lot of, like, third world children you're going to be yelling at then.
It's a hoodie. It's a hoodie.
It's cringe.
It's a hoodie.
And we've got to do something about those bloody hoodies.
That's actually the most,
walk around sitting.
That's, like, next to, like, old sports memorabilia, or, like, sports, not memorabilia, sports apparel. That's, like, the university hoodies are, like, the #1 thing that get donated to third world countries so they can have clothes.
Yeah, it's very common.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: white chocolate is garbage. Popular opinion: you're garbage.
You're garbage. Love white chocolate.
Yeah, me too. It's really unpopular opinion.
OP there is like one of those white chocolate isn't real chocolate kind of motherfuckers.
It's really unpopular opinion. It's really sad how comfortable everyone has gotten with being mean to each other on the internet. Well, you know what? Just for you.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid!
So, have fun with that.
Again, so versatile.
Unpopular opinion: saying all art is subjective is a cop-out answer and uninsightful. But they're right, you know.
It's right, yeah.
The mods literally tagged it with, they're right, you know. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's a banal saying. Doesn't mean it's not true. So
yeah,
precisely.
I mean, if you're just using it to like brush off any talk about
Sure,
authorial intent or whatever.
It can be an uninsightful cop-out answer, but I mean, that says more about the person than it does the statement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unpopular opinion, I should be able to use my entire computer with just my keyboard. Computer mice are annoying while working. You're the person they invented tablets for.
Yep. Just look. You have one hand on the mouse, and follow me here. Another hand on the
one
keyboard.
One hand in your pocket, and the other one's giving a high five. Nice.
I'm sorry, I'm a gamer. I don't understand this.
Yeah. Is this some kind of normie problem? I'm too gamer brain to understand.
Yep.
My mouse can't have enough buttons. Unpopular opinion: buttered popcorn is the best Jelly Belly flavor of them all. I'm not sure I've tried them all, so I can't corroborate this.
Yeah, buttered popcorn is fine, but it's far from my favorite.
What's your favorite?
Pear.
Pear, dude.
I love the pear flavor.
Give it up for pear.
Yeah.
Underrated flavor of anything, really.
Absolutely. Fuck yeah.
I've been on this train.
Flavored.
Yeah, I've been on this train for a while. Why are there no pear sodas? Why are there no pear candies? Pear underutilized.
There are in Europe.
Zeke, we're going to Europe.
This country sucks. Oh, I forgot to order that fucking Fanta pear from Japan. God damn it.
Oh, damn.
Hopefully they still have that.
Hopefully. Mayhaps.
Anyway, maybe. Unpopular opinion: separating laundry by color is a waste of time.
No.
That's how you get pink shirts.
Yeah. Colors bleed, man. Colors bleed.
Mm-hmm. Unpopular opinion: if your job doesn't have severance, you shouldn't be expected to give 2 weeks' notice. You know what? He might be onto something.
You may have an idea there.
Let's see here. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Okay, I have to read their argument on this one.
Oh, is it a bit of a weird one?
Oh my god, they wrote a whole fucking essay.
Oh, dear. That's a bit much for,
You think I'm reading all that shit by you? Get out of here. This is the lightning round, not the not lightning round. Nailed it. Anyway. Unpopular opinion: intelligence cannot be measured by just how much information someone retains. Yeah.
No, intelligence is absolutely about how you use and utilize that information.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being educated and intelligent. Plenty of educated people. I have met plenty of stupid doctors. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of stupid doctors, and anybody who claims to be a civilist, fucking retard. Anyway.
Yeah. To just drive the point, my hard drive has a lot of information on it. Doesn't mean it's smart.
Yup.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, intelligence is absolutely how you apply the information you do have access to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unpopular opinion: death row inmates shouldn't be able to choose a last meal. Every now and again, there's some fucking edgy douchebag on unpopular opinion. It's like, I think prisoners should have less rights. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I have one thing as human beings.
It's like, no, we got to take away more. They have so.
It's really fucking the last meal thing. I feel like that's more of a grace on society's part than indicative of what they deserve. It's like it's the what's the thing I'm trying to say here? It's the there's a grace behind it, I think, because it's preserving our humanity for the act, I guess. I suppose.
Yeah.
It's the lightning round. I'm not getting into death row politics.
It's a bit much for the lightning round.
Right.
I mean, I think it's fine.
Well, this guy was targeting me.
I hope you get on death row and then you have to experience that yourself, man.
Wait, I changed my mind. No, go back.
I hope he does, and then when the day comes, like, all right, last meal time, and they're like, no, we saw the Reddit post. Anyway, unpopular opinion: Danganronpa thinks it's telling a grand story of hope and despair, but its overall plot is cringy, pretentious nonsense.
Play the clip.
Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna...
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. It's really more of an excuse for the clip, if anything.
Really?
Anyway. Unpopular opinion: savory pies are far superior to sweet pies.
Cool story,
Far
bro.
superior? No.
They're good.
Okay, Mrs. Lovett, calm down.
This is some fucking, like, savory versus sweet crepes bullshit.
Oh yeah, totally.
But, it's different, but doesn't mean they're better. You might prefer them, but it doesn't mean they're generally preferable. Also,
unpopular opinion.
Also, it depends on what kind of sweet pie you're talking about. Like,
unpopular opinion: society doesn't deserve flying cars. Yes.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Also, they would. There's a Adam something video about it. Watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, unpopular opinion: Pedro Pascal is not hot. Yeah, I gotta get it. He's kind of whatever.
He's fine. He's all right.
He's whatever. He's inoffensive. Unpopular opinion: brown cinnamon Pop-Tarts is such a trash tier flavor.
I agree.
I guess in the pantheon of Pop-Tart flavors, but like on its own, it's fine.
On its own, it's fine, but like it's far from my first choice of Pop-Tart flavor.
I can think of a lot more I don't like. I like less than it though, so I don't know.
Right.
I think it's kind of mid tier. Kevin, add ranking Pop-Tart flavors to the tier list. Anyway. Unpopular opinion: DaVinci Resolve users regularly post about amazing new features that have existed in Adobe Premiere for years. The fanboy community is obnoxious. Well, you know what? It's free, so fuck you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you want to know what? It doesn't require a lot of subscriptions, so you can suck a dick.
Yeah. Hi.
Eat a big bag of them, man.
Resolve user here. Fuck you.
They're just targeting us today. Unpopular opinion: Taco Bell has the worst breakfast food out of any fast food chain.
I disagree.
No,
I think that goes to Burger King.
Yeah, I'm not big on Burger King.
Burger King has breakfast?
They do, and it's not good. There's a reason why you don't hear about it.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Burger King's... God, it's just... it makes you feel bad eating it, honestly. Like,
unpopular opinion... Yeah. Unpopular opinion: arrow keys are far better and easier to use than WASD in games. Not if you want to use a mouse at the same time, they're not.
Yeah, what the fuck games are you playing? JRPGs?
Wait, are you left-handed? Is this what this is?
Maybe they are. Maybe they are. That might be.
Hold on, I gotta open the thread. Are they left-handed? Wait, hold on. I mostly play car video games. No, he says he's right dominant handed. Use left hand for other vehicle control. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, so he's probably using like the numbers and like the left hand keys to like use the controls, and he's using the arrow keys to actually like drive the car.
He knows a controller exists, right?
Yeah. Honestly, you should probably be playing that with a controller.
Yeah.
Get just a basic Xbox controller. Just do that.
What are all these?
Your life will be so much easier.
A lot of very bad gamers today.
Oh my god.
Unpopular opinion: I think people overreact how dangerous SUVs and trucks are. I'm sorry, have you not seen the photo where they lined 17 children in front of one and they couldn't see them?
Yeah.
One of my favorite fucking photos. Too fucking big.
Yep.
It is not overreacting.
No,
They're
it is
fucking death
just
tanks.
reacting.
Anyway,
No, absolutely. There's nothing worse on the road than a dumbass in a truck.
Yep. Trucks and SUVs are way too fucking high off the ground, way too big. Again, I love that photo where they put 17 children in front of one and they could not see them from the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Anyway. Unpopular opinion, arcades are just casinos for children. What gambling goes on there? What gambling goes on there?
It does.
The gambling was the key. The gambling was the key component of the casino, sir.
Yeah. So like, what?
Also, arcade games are fun, unlike casino games.
Oh boy, so I can't wait to pull this lever and watch things go click, click, click. Like,
you know, games are just all pressing buttons if you think about it.
I mean,
to be fair,
going there.
I mean, to be fair, like casino games can be fun.
Sure,
but it's for a very different reason that video games are fun. Like
right.
the risk involved in potentially losing money is what makes and the thrill of potentially winning money is what makes casino games fun.
Yeah.
Whereas like with video games, it's the progress, the score, the lights, the music, that kind of thing that makes it more engaging.
Your opinion. Most high-profile metal music is just as overproduced as pop music. I don't listen to much high-profile metal music, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming most high-profile anything will
overproduced
be overproduced
in what way? You mean like too many instruments, too much going on?
Let me open
what they mean by overproduced. Is my
he says triggered quantized drums that sound fake as hell, sanitized guitar tone, not so transparent compression, makes a lot of modern metal sound less heavy. Nuclear Blast is notorious for this. Suffocation's latest album sounds horrible. Somehow Behemoth has a fantastic organic production, but Cradle of Filth is plasticky as hell.
That's because you're listening to garbage, dude. No offense. Like, Metal Fan here, go listen to Prague. It's not overproduced. It's wonderful. It's interesting. And it's like most of those bands do it because they, I don't know, enjoy the fucking music. You're listening to fucking like wretched death metal. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Well, according to him,
death metal is the lowest form of entertainment. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Underground death and black metal acts are keeping real performances and organic recordings alive, but Amon Amarth and the like sound incredibly fake and predictable.
I think it's Amaranth.
Yeah. No, it says Amon Amarth, he wrote. He put a space there. I don't know why.
Oh, that's not Amaranth.
Yeah, Amon Amarth. I don't know. Anyway.
That's
unpopular. Yeah. Unpopular opinion, fish in tanks aren't pets, they're a decoration.
Yes.
You know, he's kind of right.
Yeah, that's not a really unpopular opinion, but they're a cool decoration.
Yeah, but it's also very funny. I'm just imagining, oh man, my decoration died.
I don't think I've talked about it before, but if I ever get in a place with like space for it, I want to become an aquarium guy.
Yeah.
I want to have fish. I want to maintain fish tanks.
I will not pee in my aquarium. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll pee in your aquarium. Give me a few beers. No.
9.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion. I see no wrong with clipping toenails in the living room. Did someone just get yelled at by their mother?
Or roommate.
Are you complaining on Reddit because someone just yelled at you? Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even like... Jesus.
Unpopular opinion. Riddles are cringe. Did someone just fail to solve a riddle? Did you?
Riddle me this, Reddit.
I think he did. Unpopular opinion. Sausages are infinitely better than bacon. I agree.
I agree wholeheartedly. We've had this one before, by the way. We've had this one before.
Oh, yeah. Well, it hasn't stopped being true.
I like bacon, but I like sausages.
I like sausage more.
Yeah. Sausages are good.
Sausage good. Sausage better.
Oh.
Anyway. Boring. What the fuck? Cheese popcorn and caramel popcorn go well together. Yes, that's why they sell them together, idiot. They literally sell them in the same fucking tin barrel.
Congratulations.
What?
Why do you think this is an unpopular opinion? It's literally how it's sold. What the fuck are you talking about?
Niggas on crack.
I think nuts and raisins go together. They should sell this together.
Good God.
Nuts and raisins. Maybe some pretzels. You could have it on a trail, perhaps. Like a mix you have on a trail. I could probably think of a better analogy.
Yeah, we could patent that.
That's the one I'm going to. That's the one I'm going with. Yeah. Anyway. Unpopular opinion, if you want to call 3 times a week for a blood donation, you should pay for my blood. Yes.
Yes.
You deserve money for your blood.
Give me money.
I have been on this train for so long. Get paid for your blood. No free 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 blood. Well, that's the hill we're dying on. This has been the Baka Gaijin Show.
Yeah!
Congratulations! You've made it to the end of yet another one of these fucking things. If you want more, for some reason, you can subscribe. And if you want more of us, if you just can't get a fuck enough and you want to know what we're up to in between the recordings, you can follow us on Twitter at ZekeFreak, at CCharmanderK, and at Saradin Sedranor. And you can also be part of the show. Lucky you! You're really getting your dick sucked today. You can be part of the show by emailing us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com or joining our official Discord server, except no substitutes. Link in the description below. Thank you for listening. ZekeFreak out. Ciao ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone and that includes you.